out for a couple?
I don't know. I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, it's on him. He told us last week he had sore ribs. So.
Yeah, he's carried it for to rest him and that's what it's up to at this stage. They've actually got the ground all levelled and all the
Okay.
and all the rest of it. This is the style of thing they're going to be getting there. It's a I don't know if you've seen Fletcher over there. Newcastle Council has done a thing. This is actually a picture of theirs. You've sort of got the community centre up the top.
Yep.
And then underneath is the ground side. You can see from
Yep.
these ones here. That's
Balcony, the two levels. Yep. Okay.
two levels. The sporting levels underneath and the other ones above.
So they're levelling the ground now, and they'll get the grass growing and build on the side. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean it's all. It's all levelled and built. That's all they were waiting for, supposedly, is the fill. Council claimed the reason they delayed it for years was that the fill was supposed to come from the next big hole they were going to do in Sydney. The next tunnel they were going to do in Sydney. They were going to supposedly trap all the fill up. Got the new tub. Is that thing on there? Testing, testing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to picturesque Dick Burwell Oval for round 4 of the BLK Black Diamond Cup competition. And what a beauty of a game we've got today. We've got Nelson Bay, the home team, taking on Cardiff. Ironically, these two sides met last week with Cardiff coming out on top. And today, the opportunity for the Marlins to hit back straight away and reverse that result. Joining me here at the moment for a quick interview is Cardiff coach Adam Dugan. Adam, welcome to today, mate.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
We started pretty well, Cardiff. Had a good win last week against Nelson Bay. What can we expect today?
Well, hopefully a bit more of the same. It was a tough game last week with the breeze and the conditions. Coming up against Nelson Bay again, they're significantly changed from last week. We expect a really tough game.
Yeah, okay. Liam Gibson, late withdrawal. That certainly hurt you through the midfield.
Oh, he's been crook. We've got a bit of depth to cover that, so we think we bring Jack Lennon into the team. He's been with us all year. Just had a laid out last week, so I think we cover that pretty well.
Nelson Bay obviously going a little bit stronger this week than what they were last week. What are you expecting from them?
Oh, I expect normally that we come up here, they're a good team. They move the ball quickly on their own deck. They're always tough at the ball. And with Luke Price back on board up forward, he's going to provide a bit of a handful for us up there.
Good on you, Adam. Thanks very much for the game, mate, and all the best. Joining me in comment, that's Adam Dooman, coach of commentary. Joining me in the commentary box today, is Dave Redden, and Dave will go through the teams for you.
Thank you, Gary. For Cardiff, number 3, Matt Vukovic. Number 5, Chad Mayo. Number 6, Dustin Spriggs. Number 7, Nick Koshin. Number 9, Jeremy O'Brien. Number 11, Zach Metcalf. Number 13, Michael Norton. 14, Ethan Millwood. 15, Max Hillier. 16, Nick Chapman. 18, Tom Burns. 19, Josh Murphy. 20, Matt Davies. 21, Andrew Gallagher. 23, Hugh O'Neill. 25, Dean Notman. 26, Regan Bowe. 27, Andrew Risby. 31, Jackson McMahon. 36, Aaron Wivel. 39, John O'Regan. And number 4 is Jack Lennon. For Nelson Bay, our hosts, number 1, Nathan Vasey. Number 2, Adam Grinier. Number 5, Luke Price. Number 6, Dylan Stewart. Number 7, Tim Duval. Number 9, Joel Erickson. Number 11, Luke Bell. Number 12, David Wood. 13, Chris Eddy. 14, Jaden Reimer. 15, Ryan Mudd. 19, Dan Morgan. 22, Daniel Mooney. 18, Sean Wheatley. 25, Billy Barton. 27, Jeremy Eddy. 28, Harry Yule. 30, Louis Jews. 31, Matt Jews. 33, Scott Yule. 41, Doug Burton. And 24 is James Bellman. Our field umpires are Jerry O'Brien, Ryan Stanton and Matt Howarth. Boundary umpires Cooper Williams and Colin Goodenough. And our goal umpires are John Sullivan and Jake Lowe.
Great, thanks very much for that, Dave. Yeah, what a great day. We've got a few clouds rolling around, but it's been very, very dry. A couple of games earlier on, Nelson Bay, the winners over Gosford in second division, here also over Cardiff in the women's competition. So, look, a quick shout out to our sponsors, our major sponsor, BLK, Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club, GE Industrial Solutions, Wilson Security, who also sponsor this broadcast, Pullman Magenta Shores Resort, Prime 7, Star 104.5, the Entertainment Ground Central Coast, Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery, and Subway Morris. They'll be giving a Player of the Day award. And also to Bar TV, the best in the business. So, nearly ready for a start here. You've got Nelson Bay, the home team, in the yellow and blue with the blue shorts. Cardiff in the maroon and gold and the white shorts. It's going to be Nelson Bay are going to be kicking to the left of the screen. Dave, what are you expecting today?
I think Nelson Bay will come out firing. They were quite disappointing against Cardiff last week, and Cardiff will look to continue their good form of the last 3 weeks, Gary.
Yep, certainly have. They've been very, very good. Nelson Bay, as you went through the sides, they're much stronger this week. They're welcoming back a couple of key players. I don't think any more key than Luke Price, who certainly been one of their best players over a number of years. He's missed the whole start of the season. I see he's lining up down there in the goal square, so he'll give him a focal point up forward. But look, what I saw last week, Dave, I can't go against Cardiff. Their structures and setups last week were very, very good, especially from down back. And look, I'm expecting that they'll probably maybe just a little bit too good.
No, I'd agree with that completely, Gary. Cardiff by about 4 goals.
Right now, just about to get underway. It's round 4. Joey O'Brien holds the ball off, and we're underway. Going to be Barton in the ruck against Regan Bowe. Up they go. Barton gets the first tap down. It's going to fall for Vasey. Has a bit of fumble, but he gets it up. Reimer was relatively quiet last week by Jaden Reimer standard. I'll be looking for a lift from him, and he's going straight into it pretty hard out there now. So it gets out of Vasey on the right boot. Under pressure, however. Forced out of bounds. Just around from the Nelson Bay goals. Looking to switch the ball across here. He's got Davies loose in the square. Fullback, so he's going to go now. He'll have a bounce, bring it through round the back pocket. Bowe's got to be a target down there. Mayo's leading up there strong. A good lead there by Aaron Weevil. And he takes a mark. Long way from goal for Aaron. Plays full forward, taking that in the half-back flank. On the commentary box side, he kicks it long there. Hillier is going to be a target. Takes a good contest mark. Knocked away by Vasey. Vasey picks it up. Immediately tackled by McMahon. Picked up time by Yule. Goes to Duval. And Duval takes the ball over the line for a boundary throw. And right in front of the Cardiff interchange area.
Pretty good conditions for footy, Gary. No wind, nice day.
Beautiful. Not too hot. We've had some hot days this year, but beautiful today. Good knock by Barton over the top there. Goes past Mayo. He runs into Jews. Tackles him there. That's Matt Jews. Going to have another ball up. Right on centre wing. A tight opening here at the moment. Again, Barton again, he's won all the taps down. That's good into Juice. Tackle there straight away, however, by O'Brien. Goes out through on the wing. Inboard to Hilly. He's had a good start to the year. On the right boot, he goes. Leading in the race for this one's going to be Burns. A long way down for the big fella. He gets a kick off the ground. They're going to allow Millwood to come in and pick it up. Immediately tackled, and it allows Stewart to pick it up. Been very good player, Stewart, for Nelson Bay, and he goes inboard and finds Reimer. Reimer on the right, but a lead comes from Price. Isn't it good to see him back? And Nelson Bay, their coach, Sean McGrath, be very happy with that. So Price in the square. He goes long. The target at the back there is Yule. Oh, coming there, a good spoil coming across there in the first score of the day. Price just giving that target up forward there, Dave. He moved pretty well then. Been missing with a hamstring injury.
Makes an enormous difference to the side, doesn't he, straight away?
Bringing in short there now. It's going to be... It's Davies. Goes in short there. Koshin, who starred last week for Cardiff. He can't take the ball. Good hip and shoulder in there by both teams. Duval is over the ball, so is Reimer. Staying out wide is Lennon, a late inclusion. He gets across to Mayo. Chad Mayo on the right boot. Good one-on-one down there, Burns and Stewart. Stewart read that better. Kicking off the ground there. Free kick's going to be paid against Murphy, and it's going to go to Dylan Stewart. Oh, there should be 50 metres. He got away with one there as well. Just caught the umpire just a bit offside there. So Stewart swings on the right boot now. Goes long. And the target is going to be there is Eddie. That is Chris Eddy back in this week. He goes out there. Price. Up against him is Gallagher. Price gets it. Goes on the left boot. In there, Yules his target. Over the back is Jews. If it gets that far, it doesn't. Oh, good defensive play there. They're going to clear it out now through Bow. He's immediately tackled though. Should be a turnover. Comes in his Barton. Goes one way. Can't get that as Bow. Hits dudes on the head. Yule picks it up. Goes to Reimer. Brushes the tackle of Koshin, but he doesn't. Good tackle by the skipper. And Nick Koshin's going to be rewarded with a free kick. Certainly happened about Nelson Bay.
Yes, they are. They've started very well, hard at the football. Exactly what their coach would want to see early on, Gary.
Yeah, certainly does. It's Koshin. Between back pocket and half pocket, not the best kick. You might get away with it, though. No, it's not going to sit up there for Vasey. He goes 1-1 on the right boot. He goes, who's back there? Yule. If it sits for him, he takes the mark, and he does. Scotty Yule takes the mark. He'll certainly benefit with the inclusion of Price up forward. Yule's been their go-to player up forward, but with Price here, he gets that bit of a chop out every now and again. He's going to go back, and this will be a good start for Yule.
You would think that Price would get the number one backman.
Yeah, so Yule. Right, so he comes in. That's a good start by the Marlins. First goal of the day, and with 4 minutes into the first quarter.
BLK is the major sponsor of the Black Diamond AFL, as well as being the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns, and the Brisbane Lions. BLK, beyond limits known.
So that's a good start, a good confidence booster for Scott Yule, kicking that goal. And a good confidence booster also for the Marlins to need a good start after last week's fairly one-sided loss to Cardiff. But as I said, much different side this week. In the ruck again, Barton goes up there. Price is in the ruck there. He gets it and takes it away. Forward they go. Reimer's down there with Medcup. Up they go. Also is Yule. Comes to ground there. Grinya goes on the go looking for a teammate to handball out. Out it comes to Louis Jew. He's immediately tackled. Play on's a call. Good defensive play by the Marlins as Lennon. Out it comes there out wide. Into the hands now of O'Brien. Jeremy O'Brien the right boot. Got numbers back there. Duval playing up on the wing today. Drops a mark he should have taken, but he's got plenty of time. Back to Stewart. He fumbles that there. So they probably missed an opportunity there. First a drop mark and then a handball. Good pressure from Cardiff. So Ruckman do battle in there. Barton kicks it out of mid-air. Should fall nicely there for Norton. He can't take it, however. One-handed throw there from Eddie. A price tackle there taken by Spriggs. And out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Barton's doing well in the ruck early on.
Yeah, he's had a good year so far, Barton. In the ruck there is Bow. He wins that one over the top there. Norton goes in hard. He'll come back to Vasey, tries to break the tackle, gets a handball out. Matt Jew gets a handball off. It comes to Chris Eddy. Good kick in there. Good pass. Well done under pressure. It's Grinya, another one. He looks to go inboard. Touched off the boot it was. So through the head there of Mooney, and they're out now through Risby. Over it comes to Millwood. He has one bounce. Has two. We watched him last week. Very, very quick. The bounce skill there. He brushed the tackle. Probably could have done a little bit better there. Was I think that might have been Mooney. Harry, you'll get it, but well done. Millwood backing up his kick out wide. It goes there now. Wivel can't take it. Good pressure. Well done there as they swing it out there. Good handball from Mooney. Back to Vasey. Under pressure. He gets a right boot. Barton's out there. If it sits up from a chase there now. Between Barton also there with Lennon. Barton gets it. Brushes the tackle. Good work there by Barton, but good also pressure from Jack Lennon. Dean Notman lets him, lets Barton know. Probably wasn't his best ever, but I thought Barton did very well there.
Yeah, I thought Lennon persisted at him and just caused the dropping of the ball and got them a stoppage.
Good boundary throw in. No, the ball's going to land there. Very rarely do you see that. So the ruckman have a second go as Grinya taps it back to Vasey. Vasey kicks into the leg there of Gallagher. And the ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw.
Ball up on the forward flank. Ruckman do battle. Good tackle in there. Away goes Scott Yule. He's about 40 metres out and out of bounds in the full. Goal behind post on the full. Probably had a little bit more time there, Gary. I thought he might have had a second or two more to balance himself and perhaps have a better shot at goal.
Yeah, you're right there. He certainly could have made a better fist of that.
O'Regan has the ball deep in the back pocket for Cardiff. Hugs the boundary line with the kick. Duval into a contest there. Play held behind play. Lewis again, Eddie. Left foot hugging the boundary line again. And that ball's out of bounds deep in the forward pocket. Commentary side. It's 1-1-7 to no points for Cardiff. Nelson Bay's had a monopoly of the ball in the first 10 minutes of the game. Great tap out. Has he kicked one?
Matty Jews.
I think he has. Wait for the goal umpire. That's a terrific kick by Jews, Gary. Outstanding.
Yeah, good play there by Matty Jews. Good ruck work over the back. They allowed to get over the back. We're just going to have a look at that one on replay there, David. From the boundary throw in there. Dangerous area is always out the back from these stoppages. It might have been a Cardiff tap out there, but he's got it there. And great roving
terrific
that
right
time
foot snap
by Matty Jews. And just a quick point out to you, Dave. Fantastic bit of calling. Your first major debut there. Well done, mate. We'll see here plenty more of Dave as we go through the commentary, mate. Good work. For those out there watching it, it's not easy, but he's certainly done very well there. So, mate, so good job. We're back in the centre. It's going to be Ryan Stanton's going to throw the ball in the umpire. It's going to be Norton. In the ruck this time with Luke Bell. No one's got a clear tap of that. So have a second go there, which is going to fall the way of Cardiff. They can't take it out there through O'Brien. Picked up this time by Davies, and we're going to have another ball up. Just out across the centre. Great start by the Marlins, leading by 13 points, 8 minutes into the first quarter. Norton goes up. Can't get a clear tap away. We've got the numbers on the ground there as it goes back to Spriggs. Spriggs on the right boot. Gets a hurry kick forward towards Koshin. Off his knee. It come past Hillier there. Up against Reimer. Two young guns there. Taken there, we're going to have a ball up there as James Bellman. No, free kick's gone against Bellman.
Paid holding the football, Gary.
Oh, gee, that's a bit harsh.
Perhaps.
It's going to be Norton. On the right bit he goes, but chipping in there is Duval. He's dropped a couple of tackles, just like a bit of confidence. That's one of his strengths there as Chapman picks it up, brushes the tackle with Duval, needs better from the skipper of the Marlins. Into a dangerous area. Up they go. If it sits over the back, it does. It's going to be Webble. First goal for the Cardiff. Opportune goal there for Avon Wibble. Disappointing effort out here by Tim Duval. And Cardiff, first goal on the board.
The Belmont 16 Footers Club Sailing Club is located on picturesque Lake Macquarie. Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotion, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook. The home of the Black Diamond AFL, Gary.
Certainly is the home. And look, a good reply there by Cardiff. They didn't have the ball inside 50 very often at all, and they certainly made the most of what was probably a lack of concentration by Nelson Bay through the captain there, and Tim Duval dropped a mark he probably should have had, and then missed the tackle.
It's the first time Cardiff had actually got the ball in with any purpose into the 50 as well, Gary.
No, there's Bell in ruck there. Hillier gets the rover down. As Chapman goes back to him, his fellow midfielder in crime. Both very good last week. Very good tackle this time by Reimer. Both sides going in fairly hard for the ball. It comes out there, picked up this time by Mooney. He's immediately tackled. 3 Cardiff players in there as Koshin gets it. Handball back to Chapman. Kicks it out of midair. Wibble's going to attack the ball. A good tack on there. Strong grab.
Good
really
hands.
Strong grab there in front of Sean Wheatley. Wibble was off target last week, but gee, the wind was fairly interesting last week. He's go back. He's got one. Certainly been an impressive target for the Hawks.
Force 10 gale last week, Gary.
It was. So Wibble, 30 metres out, directly in front. Should be able to put the second goal on the board. Goes in very close to the man on the mark. Pushes across to the right. Bit close that time, I think Davey was.
Yes, he was.
1-1-7 Cardiff, 2-1-13 Nelson Bay. Goals to Yule and also Jews. Matty Jews for Nelson Bay. Goal to Wibble as that's gone out wide.
think it might have gone out of bounds on the
It
full.
has. Gee, it's been a problem for Nelson Bay, and we watched them 3 times this year, and just their ability to get the ball out of their defence, especially from a behind or from a set piece. Struggles a short pass, goes in there, and Mark's finding his own there a really, really good pass, and that's going to find in the hands there of Josh Murphy.
Yes, the Nelson Bay have had all sorts of issues getting the ball out of behind kick-outs, and again, they didn't have much purpose with that, out of bounds in the full. They need to work on it, Gary.
Certainly have as Murphy. He's going to come in and try and get this second. Left boot strikes the ball. He's pretty happy with that. The Hawks are pretty happy, so they should be. They've levelled the scores up. 2 goals apiece. First goal of the game for Josh Murphy.
GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also proud sponsor of the BDAFL Women's Competition.
Yeah, good goal. A couple of other games on today. Of course, Dave, in the BLK Black Diamond Cup. Got Terrigal Avoca and Warners Bay playing at Hilton Moore Oval. And then with a 3 o'clock start, a late game today, we've got Newcastle City hosting Killarney Vale. So we'll bring you all those scores during the day. There's also a wrap of all the games that have been played already. So Stanton, good comeback by Cardiff after 2 goals to the Marlins. They've hit back and the scores are all tied up 12 minutes in. Bell tries to get the ball, take the ball out. Going to ground. Nelson Bay, holding the ball. He's very, very savage on that. It comes in there now. It's picked up by Mooney. It's a handball off of Bellman again. That's good. Shrugs a tackle. Bellman, one of their best last week. Goes long. Reimer's down there with Medcast. Good one-on-one battle. Play on's a call there. Got numbers back there as it comes now to Gallagher. He has a bounce. That's a pretty optimistic. That's holding the ball. That was very optimistic, that bounce there, Dave.
Optimistic is a polite way of saying it, Gary. He probably should have got rid of that 3 or 4 steps earlier. He had Reimer, who's quick, bearing down on him in a rate of knots. So Reimer's got a shot in the pocket to put him back in front.
Yeah, look, good chase there by Reimer. Good to have him with Price back in. It also allows Reimer to play a little bit more forward. But he's certainly been up and about today. Hopefully he can finish this off with a goal. So Jaden Reimer, tightish angle. Strikes the ball, looks a bit wobbly off the boot, but it doesn't what it looks like off the boot. It goes straight through the middle, so Marlins responded to 2 quick goals from Cardiff, and Reimer gets his first, and they're out to a 6-point lead.
Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1-300-WILSON.
Yeah, so good chase. Well rewarded there, and he went back. Wasn't the best looking kick, but certainly a really good chase and tackle there by Jaden Reimer. So, as mentioned before, a little bit more midfield depth today has enabled Reimer to play a little bit forward. He has got his thigh pretty heavily strapped.
Noted that on the right leg. He was struggling towards the end of last week's game.
Probably because he's been carrying a bit, but got a bit more depth. There's Barton in the ruck. He's certainly been very good. Hilly is going to pick this up this time. He gets back there to Risby. He's tackled as he gets kicked. It's going to fall all right there, although not taking the ball with him that time was McMahon, but they get it out there. It's going to be heading in the direction there of Burns with Stewart. Out of bounds for a boundary, a throw-in. Cardiff's half-forward line. 3 goals to 2, 19-13. We played 14 minutes, almost 15 minutes gone the first quarter, and an enterprising opening by both teams. Good boundary throw in there. Koshin's in the ruck there against Barton. He comes over the back, which should fall for Mudd. Grinier takes it away from him, which allowed Regan Bowe to come in for Cardiff. Barton picks it up again, gets his own ball. Well done by the big fella as Louis Jew goes in there. His brother Matt kicked the first goal. Good quick handball comes out there, but Risby's immediately tackled. He goes back. Well done there, but misses the target. Mayo should allow Eddie in to pick it up. Is it Eddie? No, it wasn't Eddie. Sorry, that was Burton. That was good hands coming in by Mooney. Gets out this time by Jews again. It sits up there. Bell comes out. Reimer goes up. High flies there. Gallagher stays down. Bell picks it up. He goes one way. Handballs it off to Jeremy Eddie. He should convert from there. He has converted. Great roving. Good handball by Bell. Goals are coming in multiples at the moment, Dave. 2 in a row for Nelson Bay, and they lead by 12 points.
Yes, Gary. Pullman Magenta Shores Resort is an exceptional 5-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast. Nestled between the pristine waters of the Pacific Ocean, Tuggerah Lakes, and surrounded by National Park, this resort has been designed to complement its spectacular location. This luxurious resort by Accor Hotels has been designed to offer guests everything: impeccable service, amazing on-site facilities, sophisticated dining options, modern villa-style accommodation, and spectacular event spaces. Also, proud BDAFL partner of the Run Against Violence program, Gary.
Yep, they certainly are. And the Run Against Violence program has certainly been a huge winner for the Black Diamond AFL, also for Run Against Violence. First club visit last week was Warners Bay, 55 in attendance. This week we're at Lake Macquarie. Tia Dompkins won the women's 400 metres and Jack Hardman the men's at Warners Bay, who will be the winners at Lake Macquarie. As the ball comes back there, well done by Mooney. He's certainly been very good in his first game back. On the left boot he goes, a spearing pass, looking over the head of Jeremy Eddy, the last goal. Gallagher puts one boot out and then able to pick it up, goes back to Chapman. He's immediately tackled by the Marlins. The ball goes out of bounds. Just in front of the Marlins bench. Pretty happy at the moment. They currently lead by 12 points, almost 17 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Totally different Nelson Bay side today. Barton's been killing in the ruck and almost was interfered with there. Ball in close and in contest. Umpire wisely calls a ball up. Just next to the square, Nelson Bay side of the wing. We're 17 minutes in. Away goes Grenier. Grenier's at the ground.
Might be Louis Jews there, yeah.
Puts that forward to Jews. It's in that danger area again, right in front of the goals. Nelson Bay at it. Koshin right at the back in the sweeping position and tries to clear. And that will probably reach the boundary line and does. Good result for Cardiff. Probably next to the intersection of the 50-metre line and the boundary line here in Nelson Bay's left forward pocket. Nelson Bay leading 4-1 to 2-1 here. 17.5 minutes gone, first quarter.
A little bit shaky today, the back line for Cardiff. More pressure coming in from Nelson Bay than last week.
A lot more pressure, Gary. A different Nelson Bay side. Over the shoulder paid there against Barton.
Might be Gallagher, I think.
I think it is Gallagher, yes. Just near the 50-metre line. Picked himself up. That's a 50-metre for encroaching on the mark. So down they come to the centre wing right in front of the con box.
A bit over enthusiastic there was Billy Barton.
Certainly was. Just hopped over the mark. Gallagher to take his second kick. Short off to Dylan Stewart. In correction, Dustin Spriggs. My bad there. Up forward, Burns makes a contest. Doesn't get the ball. Dylan Stewart at ground level. That one's gone out of bounds into the... Right next to the 50-metre line, Cardiff end, Combox side. Boundary umpire to get the ball in. Looking to Barton again, who's had a terrific first quarter. Gets that one with that second attempt with a left hand. Ooh, solid contest there. And through the centre we go.
So it goes down there towards Bell. Bell in contact with O'Regan. He's been very good. He gets a handball into Koshin. Right boot's going to go. It's going to be long. At the back is McMahon. Didn't fly. Good work by Stewart. He punches it down to Wheatley. Wheatley picks it up, brushes the tackle. Back to Ryan Mudd. Got him for a trip there, so the free kick's going to go the way of Sean Wheatley. Brings it out, goes it out wide. It's going to be Duval. Duval picks it up that time. Handballs it back to Stewart. Doesn't quite reach the mark, so off the ground he's going to go. Leading out there is Matty Jews. Going to have a boundary throwing. 60 metres around from the Cardiff goal. Currently trailing by straight 2 goals for 125 to 2-1. We played 19.5 minutes first quarter. Throwing comes in Barton. He grabs that there, brushes away from Bow. On the left boot he goes. Sits in the pops there. Can't be taken by Burton. Louis Jew overruns the ball. Allows Mayo to come in. He gets on the handball back to Koshin on his unfamiliar left boot. He works out all right to Millwood. He'll try and go around his opponent. No, he doesn't. He gets a handball back into O'Regan. Immediately tackled. Ball puts it on the ground. Freaky's going to go to Ericsson. Good to see him back as well. Ericsson on the right boot. He goes. Price is here. Good defensive play there by Metcalf. Probably had to stretch the arms out there. Price, take it in the hands. Metcalf, the premier defender in the Black Diamond AFL. Did very well, but it hits the ground. It's not out of trouble yet. Price goes in. Wins the hard ball. Second, third effort. That's the important part. Gets a handball. Back out to Ericsson on the right boot. Sits out there. Stays in play, does it? No, goes out of bounds just in front of Andrew Risby for the Hawks. But Price certainly been very impressive so far. Good effort. Good couple of efforts there.
Certainly has it. It's a totally different Nelson Bay side this week, Gary. Really looking positive and good intent. Got a good and very purposeful in their forward 50.
Certainly are at home. Love playing at Dick Burwell Oval. The Marlins, Vasey gets a handball back to Jews. Certainly been, both Louis and Matt Jews have been very, very active. Matty kicked a lovely goal off the right foot snap, the second goal of the game. Just around from the goal. Ruckman will do battle. That time was Burton. Comes back to Gallery. Kicks it out of midair. Should fall all right there. And Hillier will take a mark on the half-back flank. Hillier on the right boot. Goes out there for a lead from Wivel. A little bit too hard for him. So gets to Barton. Goes one way. Goes another. Gets a handball back to Vasey. Vasey handballs over the top to Jew. Louis Jews wants to go onto his left boot. No, he goes inboard to Grenier. Grenier through 50. He has a pop at him. Has he got the distance? He has, but he hasn't got the accuracy. So through for a minor score. Hawks quickly away. Through Chapman, he goes out there. That's Fines there. He's Scotty Yule. Goal kicker earlier on. He goes inboard. He should find Burton on his own, and he does. Burton takes the mark. 40 metres out from goal, almost directly in front. Will probably kick from about 45. But that was a interesting turnover coming out there by Nick Chapman. Normally a lot better than that. But and then Scotty Yule. But Burton, let's see what he's got with the boot. Looks pretty good off the boot. Looks very good off the boot. Doug Burton, first senior game for the Marlins, is on the board, and he's been able to kick Nelson's Bay 5th goal.
Prime 7, in 2016, Prime 7 has every big game live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7, mate, including Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoons. Black Diamond AFL on Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Yeah, good start by the Marlins. Look, it's all starting from the centre. Barton's been dominating through the centre, and that's giving their midfielders, and they're on the run. They're up and about.
Barton's been excellent, Gary. He's been the best player in the field.
And there he goes again, jumps straight over the top of Norton this time, which allows, I think that might be back there, is Morgan. He gets it back to Basey. Not his best kick. He's going to bounce it. Bounces very wide. But they're just getting an armchair right at the moment. A bit like we saw with Ben Crawley last week with Warners Bay. Just jumping over that, and certainly give their smaller men great opportunity to win the ball.
It may be that Cardiff look to have a third man in at bounce-ups, Gary. That might be an opportunity for them to nullify him.
Certainly do. As Jules in the ruck this time. Norton win this one for Cardiff. Goes past that time there. You can't get hold of that one. Was Morgan. Cardiff was able to clear it, go forward there. Murphy's down there with Ryan Mudd. Ryan Mudd handballs it back to Stewart. He goes one way, gets around his opponent easier. Usually a pretty good use of the ball. That's not one of his best ones. That was a 50-50 chance there. Norton goes, clears the pathway there. Might have been for a galley, but certainly in Brisbane, he overruns the ball. They're certainly more desperate as Eddie gets it out there this time to Grinya on the left boot. He goes, a spearing pass. Price in front of Metcalf. Price takes the mark. Good play.
Terrific left foot pass, wasn't it?
Yeah, by Adam Grinya. Missed last week's game as well. Very pivotal on-baller. Very good user of the football normally. And this one is so priced. Certainly within goal-kicking distance. Hasn't kicked a goal yet. They've kicked 5 so far, all 5 individual goal kickers. Approaching quarter time. Very, very important kick. It's Price. Strikes the ball. Looks pretty good off the boot. It's coming around. That is 6-4 unanswered goals in a row to Nelson Bay. Price gets his first. And we've been playing 23 minutes in the first quarter, and they're out there now by
25
points.
Star 105.4.5 FM plays the music we all love and proudly supports the Black Diamond AFL.
Certainly do
He worked that one back left to right, didn't he? You had a terrific view of it from here.
Certainly has. Very good play. Price been very, very impressive on his return after missing the first 4 games with a hamstring injury. Representative player will also be in the running again for another Black Diamond AFL representative jumper in 3 weeks' time. It's a good ruck there. This time Yule's in the ruck, goes to Reimer. Reimer's held without it. He's going to get a free kick. Have they got another one in before quarter time? Reimer goes in quick. This lead comes from Price. Sits up there nice. He picks it up. He's on the right boot. Snaps it around. It goes up in the air. It's not going to make the distance. So Regan sits underneath it. Barton runs into him. I've got a block there. You know, that ball bounced from right to left through for a goal, but definite free kick.
Paid interference, free kick, I think.
Definitely. Billy Barton just ran straight into him. And O'Regan's going to take free kick the Irishman. And he's run to the black. Deep in defence. They're under siege at the moment. Regan goes out the half back line. Goes up there. Good mark. Solid mark taken there. Is that Burton again? Or
not quite sure.
Or is it Ericsson?
I don't think it is.
Might be Ericsson.
It is.
Going short. Prices. Don't know. Barton's his target in there. Good spoil coming across there. Good defensive work that time by Dean Notman, a new recruit for Cardiff, first season at the club, come across from Maitland. So I wish him all the best in his debut today for Cardiff. But they're certainly under siege at the moment, the Hawks. 25 points of difference. Been the start that their coach, Sean McGrath, would certainly have wanted. As this time as Norton taps it back there. Yule's got an opportunity there. Scott Yule go back there. Back further goes to Mooney on the left boot. Price is down there one-on-one. Oh, I would like to see him once again stretch the arms up there, Dave.
I actually thought he had the sit there. I thought he could have used his body and taken that reasonably comfortably above his head. But anyway.
But Metcalf play on quickly out there looking in the direction of Murphy. Over the head it goes there to Spriggs and he takes the ball over the line. Cooper Williams, Premier bound round pie, throws the ball in. Over the top, third man up was Ryan, taps it down there. Missed that time there was a Gallagher. As Harry Yule picks up brushes one, brushes two, gets a good handball in the direction there of Burton. He's a goal kicker. Could have got the beauty of playing at Dick Burwell Ovals. We're right next to the siren. It blows with Nelson Bay 6-3-39, leading Cardiff 2-1-13.
Goal kickers for Nelson Bay, all 6 individual goal kickers: Luke Price, Jaden Reimer, Jeremy Eddy, Matt Hughes, Scott Yule and Doug Burton. And for Cardiff, the goal kickers Josh Murphy and Aaron Wivel.
So a very, very good start for the Marlins at their home ground. Cardiff showing in the past, so they've got plenty of resolve. We'll be back in a couple of minutes for the second quarter. Rightio, we're almost back here, ready for the second quarter. A very, very dominant start by Nelson Bay. Kicked the first 2 goals. Cardiff responded very well with 2 of their own, but then 4 unanswered goals leading into quarter time as Nelson Bay leading 6-3, 39 to 2-1, 13, Dave.
Yes, Gary. As the horn goes, terrific start by Nelson Bay, up and about. Terrific use of the football with Barton killing them in the ruck. Best player on the ground by a mile, I reckon. Really, really good. So Cardiff got some work to do on the second quarter.
Certainly have. So in the middle, Ryan Stan's going to throw the ball up. Nelson Bay kicking to the right of screen. In the blue and gold and blue shorts. Up they go. Barton again. They went up early. That time was Norton, but couldn't stop Barton getting the tap. Jews going there. Louis Jews fighting hard with it with Lennon. It comes out there as Norton goes to ground. DeVale keeps his feet. Can't get clean possession of the ball. We'll have another ball up. So Stanton throws it up. Barton in the ruck there again. Norton goes up early. Barton now gets a clear tap this time. It comes down there as a tackle was laid that time on David Wood, but it's going to be Chapman who brings it away for Cardiff. Into the side forward 50 they go. Put one hand up was Burns. He's then able to get it back. On the left boot's Murphy. Goes long. McMahon down there also with Harry Yule. He's got time to go back. Probably look to run it through. No, he doesn't. He gets on the left boot there. That time was Daniel Mooney. I thought probably rushing it through was probably the option. Freaky going to go the way there of Wivel. I thought rush behind was certainly the option there.
Yes.
Dave?
Yes, absolutely. Take the point and get a set kick out rather than putting it into danger. And Wivel's got a shot from about 40 metres out on a relatively acute angle, Gary.
Yeah, so not too bad. I reckon probably about 45 degrees on the other side of the ground. Comes in, strikes a ball, misses to the right. Probably been the only blight on his game so far this year, Dave, the games that we've seen.
That one there, he didn't actually drop the ball very well. He dropped it quite high and it skewed off his boot.
We're able to see it's on the far side of the ground, but Bar TV is so good with their coverage. You're able to see that. And you've got a nice screen in front of you there, Dave.
Yes, it's terrific, Gary. Great viewing.
I'll be in my car on the way home. There's a punch from the behind of DeVale. Well rode there is by Jews. Louis Jews been very good on his trusty left boot. Goes to Price. 1-on-1 there. Goes on the left boot. There's no one inside 50. Gets a loose smother that time by Mayo. It lands in the direction of Medcalf. But Price rushes up. Tries to brush a tackle land. He can't do that. Jews gets a handball. Goes out there. But Mayo, they've got numbers back of Cardiff. And Mayo should be able to brush it. One tackle. Clears down. A good handball to Chapman. He sweeps it out wider. That time to Lennon. Further out to Millwood, comes inside to Chapman. You're overusing the handball. It's going to be a turnover there as Reimer picks it up. They got numbered Vasey. Goes out wide. Good kick by Vasey. Finds DeVale. DeVale takes a mark. They've switched that ball. Should have opened it up. They haven't got the numbers in there, however, at the moment. So he holds it up. Cardiff working very well defensively. They're certainly outnumbering. Where to go next? Eddie makes a short lead. Good lead there. Will he get there? He does. That's a great lead there by... Time was Chris Eddie. He would have ran 35 metres to create that space.
Probably had to. Cardiff had a massive wall right in front of the square and Eddie just went across the face of them and was moving too fast. Really good lead. Good running.
He certainly deserves to finish off with a goal. I think the distance will probably really test him here, Dave.
Yes, it'll if it gets there, it'll go just to the goal umpire, I reckon.
Comes in. Strikes a ball, goes to the top of the square. No one's going to be there. Dropped the mark. That time was Risby. It's going to open the door for Yule. Goes one way. Can't get a good handball there, which enables that time was Vukovic. He's tackled by Yule. Yule's got it now. Goes to be penalised for holding the ball. One of Ryan Stanton's one of his favourite calls, but that was a correct one.
Yeah, he's been relatively consistent on that today. He's been pinging them, but the players should be able to get used to him if he's consistent.
As Davies chips out wide now, Medcalf still in the back pocket. A lot of movement up forward. In fact, very, very stagnant. So Medcalf has to go down the line. Hilly is his target down there. Oh, good much. He's made that mark in front of Woods, and he gets a quick handball off. It comes to Chapman. Chapman on the right boot. Goes to centre half forward. Mudd's down there. Also down there is McMahon. Mudd's going to get it back. Brushes the tackle of Murphy. Back to Mooney. Out to Harrison Yule. A hurry kick under pressure. Good one-on-one. Good use of the body by Vukovic. Probably could have done better there, Harry. You're only a young kid, but Vukovic goes in short. They're going to turn it over now, and Murphy's going to go back. Have a shot for goal. 30 metres out, directly in front. Just a little bit more composed across the back there. They did pretty well to get it in that situation.
Good use of the body by Vukovic in that marking contest against DeVale.
Very strong in that contest. So Murphy, left boot, strikes the ball, just pulled it away to the right. Missing valuable opportunities, Cardiff. Certainly need to make the most when you're 24 points behind. 4 minutes gone, second quarter. So Stewart goes in short. Grinya's going to be his target. He takes the mark. Plays on immediately. Hillier chase, but Grinya gets onto his left boot. Very, very wide. Might be too wide. It is too wide. And the free kick's going to go the way of Davies. So Matt Davies between wing and half forward. Very stagnant the forward line at the moment at Cardiff.
Very.
The good lead comes out there. Burns is going to be a target at the back. Oh, nice grab by... That's Price doing the work down the other end now as well. That's his strength, is his high mark. He goes out there now to Eddie. They've opened him up, but there's no one out this side. It's all Cardiff. Mentioned about the structure. He has to go into DeVal, putting a hand up there with Spriggs. DeVal's able to pick it up. Goes handballs it inboard in there to Louis Jews. He'll want to get on his left boot. Goes short to Barton. Barton takes the mark. Handballs off immediately to Jew. Backs it up on the left boot. Kicks under pressure from Chapman. Going in there that time was Eddie. He's able to spoil the ball as Grinya picks it up. Brushes the tackle of Vukovic. Gets a sweeping handball. Out it comes out in the direction of Eriksson. He's not a very noted goal kicker. Down there. Oh. Free kick's going to go there against Reimer. Good work. He's a solid defender, O'Regan. He doesn't lose too many one-on-ones.
No, he doesn't. He looks like he's very good below his knees as well. Very good hands.
So the Gaelic football background he's actually brought up in. Go there over the back. They're taking the mark. Good mark taken by Eddie in front there of Mayo. Probably could have punched something before there, Chad. But Eddie, too far out to score. Ryan will be a target. That's where he goes in the right direction. Not going to make that, though, ever, as Koshin will go in and take the mark. Both sides wasting opportunities. It's Koshin. Right boot he goes. Not his best kick. Off the side of the boot it goes. He'll be out there making it look good, and he does. And that's a couple of times he's outmarked David Wood out on that far side of the ground.
The winner of our Das Hundhaus award last week, Gary.
Here's a Das Hundhaus with a beautiful running 3-bounce goal. A kick there, that's a dangerous kick again. It's going to sit there nicely for Murphy. They just made some silly mistakes at the moment. Nelson Bay just gifting Cardiff back into the game. There was nothing on there. That's a 50-metre kick across the front to a 50-50 contest.
Almost went
as
backwards.
Murphy on the left boot he goes. Sits up there, Burns in the box seat to take the mark, and he does. They didn't get the numbers back there, Nelson Bay. If you look there now, if you go across half forward there, David, you can see 1, 2, 3, 5 Nelson Bay players between centre half forward and full forward. No one got back deep in the attack.
And there's been a 50-minute penalty because he's brought him round square on in front. So, don't know.
So it's going to be a gift goal here to Tom Burns. From a good mark. Gets your goal. He's first. And after 7 minutes play in the second quarter, we've got the first goal on the board, and that's courtesy of Cardiff. Just what the Hawks need to get some margin back to 18 points.
The entertainment grounds on the Central Coast has quickly established itself as the premier events location on the coast. The entertainment grounds is an indoor and outdoor multi-purpose community facility for functions, events, festivals, weddings, exhibitions, as well as horse racing.
Certainly is a good place to be. We mentioned about the Anzac Day races the other day. Made the trip there, Dave. Very, very good day.
Good crowd. I haven't been overly well during the week. I didn't manage to get there. Good crowd there, Gary?
Really good crowd, yep. Excellent days racing, no doubt about that. Always put on a good show, and they're great supporters of the BDAFL. And
got a farmers market there on Sundays as well that's also becoming very successful, so it's a good place to be. Lots and lots of things to do at the entertainment grounds.
Certainly is. So first goal there to Burns, 18 points of margin. So took 8 minutes or 7.5 minutes to get that first goal. Barton gives the ruck there. He's going to have a second go. This time he gets a handball coming forward. Cardiff have got the numbers to get it back there. Immediately tackled by Matt Jews. Cardiff picking up this time was O'Brien. We're going to have another ball up.
Good contest at ground level at the moment, Gary. Both sides really having a dip. It's actually quite a good game of footy. It's really good to watch. It's really enjoyable.
Barton taps a great tap down to Bellman. On the right boot he goes. Leading there is Medcalf, leading Ryan with the ball. He fumbles there at the crucial time. He's going to allow Matty Jews in there. He snapped one. He goes back. Is he going to snap two? You bet he's going to snap two.
Wow.
Great play there by Matty Jews as the ball comes in now from the ruck there. We see it coming. Good work by Bellman. Goes out there. Medcalf had the run of the ball. The old oval ball certainly didn't bounce too kindly. Had a bit of a fumble there, but picked up nicely by Matty Jews. And on the right boot, we've seen that once before. We've now seen it twice. And the first multiple goal kicker for Nelson Bay.
Yeah, terrific snap from a bit off balance. Only took one step, bang, struck on the right boot, straight over the goal umpire's hat, and Nelson Bay are back out to an 18-point lead, 9.5 minutes in, Gary.
Actually, it's out to a 24-point lead. I think that should be now. Should be 7 goals, that one. I think it's 7.
My apologies.
7-3, that's okay. As it comes down there, picked up Price. He's not going to be able to... Then we're going to have a ball up as he's tackled there by Hillier. So both Jews boys are up and about. Matty's kicked 2 goals, and Louis Jew's certainly been one of the Marlins' best in the first quarter and a bit. As Barton, he's certainly been the best. He taps it down there. Risby goes towards the ball, running straight through. That time was Notman. Can't get a clear out. Comes out there now as Barton goes in there. Going to be another ball up there as a stalemate. Wow. I suppose if you talk about consistency, I suppose I'm not sure that's the right consistency. As Reimer pushes off there, Metcalf, and a good strong mark by Reimer. Really good mark. Kick to his advantage, but just used the push off and then stretched up and took a good grab.
Metcalf lost body contact with Reimer there, and Reimer, who's a smaller body than Metcalf, got free and got his arms up, and he's a terrific grab. Hello.
Well, there's going to be the umpire's looking for his book. Who's that going
Someone's
to be?
gone.
Jack Lennon. Has Jack Lennon's been reported? Just a bit to do there. Jack Lennon's been sent off the ground for 15 minutes with a yellow card. Also been reported. I didn't actually see what that was for. But all while this is happening, this will be a 50-metre free kick. Will go to Nelson Bay as well. So they'll put Reimer right on the goal line.
Players need to be sensible here, and just the smarter heads need to get everybody away.
So Reimer comes in, point blank, kicks his second goal of the game. Once again, back-to-back goals. They've been able to do that today. Multiple goal kickers for the Marlins, and the margin has slipped out there now to 30 points.
Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. They are also proud supporters of the Black Diamond AFL.
Yes, I'm not sure what actually started the just a bit of
argy-bargy.
I was watching. And then accelerated a little bit there, and saw that immediately umpire Matt Howarth went straight for the book and raised a yellow card to send Jack Lennon off the ground for 15 minutes, Dave.
Under Black Diamond AFL rules, he can be replaced.
He can be replaced, yes.
He's got 15 minutes calling his heels.
Certainly has, and they, more importantly, gave Reimer, who was still 20 metres out from goal, but he's actually gone and made a save of it by putting on the line. So, ruck again. Koshin's now moving to the ruck to try and quell the influence that Barton's having on the game. They're going to have a secondary ball. We've had a lot of secondary ball-ups.
We have. They've got to do something about Barton, and as you said, Koshin's gone under the ball now.
Going to be a free kick's going to go the way there to Barton. He just blocked his run.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just causing a real problem at the moment. There's Barton. He'll go in short there. Sits up a little bit, but it's going to be all right there. And Vasey takes the mark, still inside the centre square. Vasey will be a target down there. Price is also... he's going to go longer, though, out in the direction there. I think he's found Joel Eriksson, who's got there, ran down from half back. Probably should have taken the mark, but he's going to get there for a free kick. Might be you got him for a block, I think, but
or interference.
More interference. I would have thought with that one, Dave.
Really shouldn't have taken the mark. It was basically an uncontested mark above his head. He should have taken it, but anyway, luck's a fortune.
No, and Eriksson, he's going to go back. Missed last week's game. One of the number of inclusions. Think about 8. I think there might have been. So Eriksson, not a noted goal kick up. Strikes good off the boot there. He likes that one, however. It's his first goal of the day, and that is goal kicker number 7. And Nelson Bay, quick as you like, 36 points to margin.
Subway Morris said is open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Trading hours are 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Support local businesses. Subway Eat Fresh. And they're a very proud sponsor of our Best on Ground award each day, Gary.
Yeah, certainly are. And look, great support. The Best on Ground last week went to Nick Chapman, who it will be today. Certainly plenty of contenders.
Barton would have to be in dispatches, I would suggest. He's been terrific.
He certainly has been very, very strong. There's Ruckman do better. There's Barton again. Tap down. Reimer handballs off the Louis Juice. He's going to get on the left boot. He runs into pass. Is going to be there. Bell goes back there. Price is also there. So's Metcalf covered off the ground. Jeremy Eddy misses to the narrow side. That had went through. You know your day's on.
Indeed you would. Koshin's gone back to the back line, Gary.
Yeah. Just a quick update from the score at Hiltmore Oval at Terrigal Avoca, 8-7-55 leading Warners Bay, 3-2-20. So the Panthers, lunch is served. Beautiful. Thank you very much for that one, mate.
Thank you.
So it's Chapman on the right boot. He goes down there. Heading there should be a free kick. Go to Bow. Regan Bow swings around. They got number there. Hilliard just sits up there. Ericsson goes back there. Good one-on-one. Ericsson probably claimed the mark. He plays on the right boot. Going to sit there, and Bell comes out there. At his bootlace he goes. But he's got time to go back, pick it up. Vukovic now goes into him. He tries to break that. He's penalised for holding the ball. Took too long.
Cardiff have got to kick a couple of goals to finish off this quarter, Gary, because it's going to be very hard.
Do. Reimer kicks it out wide there now. Louis Jews gets it. Back it comes there to Mooney. Handball the back to Jews. On the left, we go the hurry kick. It should go over the back over Duval there. Morgan can't pick it up as Spriggs goes in there. Morgan gets it back the second time. On the right boot he goes. But Davies takes a mark there for Cardiff. Between wing and halfback. Handballs it across to Koshin, across halfback. He gets another handball to Gallagher. Gallagher now wants to get on the right boot. And it goes down one-on-one. Wivel down there also going back. Tate Wheatley dropped the mark. Play on to call. Bit unfortunate there.
They called mark and then unfortunately called play on straight away when he saw his drops.
Could have balled that one up.
Yep.
At the time, keep an eye on the time and not just eating everything. As Jeremy Eddy comes back, clears it in. Love coming to Nelson Bay, Dave.
It's great
feed. Beautiful
great
feed
spread.
there.
Oh, yeah.
So as Jeremy Eddy comes back there, quick transition. Unlucky for Cardiff there.
Very.
The free kick was paid to the mark, was premature.
Yep.
Cardiff stopped. Nelson Bay kept going. So as Eddy, he's kicked one. Pops the ball up. He's kicked two. They're not missing today, Nelson Bay. They've certainly brought their A game. They got their A team and the A game, and they're certainly all over the top of Cardiff here at the moment. And the margin, it's out now to 43 points, Dave. 10-4, 64 to 3-3, 21.
It's a bit of a clinic this quarter, isn't it? They're really, really strong at ground level. They're getting absolute dominance in the air, and Cardiff are finding it difficult at the moment to come up with answers. Complete reverse from last week, Gary. Complete.
It was, yeah. They look a bit unravelled down back where they were very strong before, and they need to try and get control of the game. They need to quell Nelson Bay at the moment. Well, they kicked now 4 in a row. That's twice this game they've actually kicked 4. They kicked 8 of the last 9, actually, Dave, to be honest. They're coming again. They're just dominating through the centre. They just can't get their hands on the ball in the midfield. This time it's a Wood. He gets a kick away. Is it another centre clearance going to come out? Barton this time doesn't take it. The only thing he's missed all day is Davey gets a handball to Chapman, but he's dispossessed immediately. Coming in there, Risby's going to get it on the right boot. Hillier's out wide. Hillier against Ericsson. Hillier picks up a handball back to Gallagher, who ran around behind him, but his kick's going to go out wide, out of bounds on the full. So just the pressure they're applying today is much different to what they had last week. As Mooney goes along in the direction there of Bellman, but punching from behind there is Vukovic and forces a boundary throw in on the 50.
Cardiff are getting smashed at clearances as well, and it makes an enormous difference when you're getting first use of the leather every time. And geez, it makes a difference from, it's a quantum leap from last week. But here we go again. Barton gets another tap out. So and Nelson Bay get the footy again.
Bellman, Price in a dangerous there. Price against Metcalf, looking to go off the ground. Goes one way, goes another. Brushes the tackle of Metcalf. Metcalf goes back and has another go. But when your luck's in. The ball dribbles through for a goal. Price has kicked his second goal of the day, and at the moment, it is all one way Nelson Bay. We're going to have a quick look at that on the replay.
Das Hundhaus is in this, I tell you.
He comes in there now. Good play there by Metcalf. 2 against 1. Coach Metcalf gets that. Metcalf goes back on the left boot, dribbles through.
Terrific play by Price. I remember you telling me about in my first game of commentary that Price is a quality act and can see how good, and he makes an enormous difference to this side. It frees up other players. Geez, he's a talented guy, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Look at this, 49 points, 18 and a half minutes in. It's a really convincing performance by the Bay today.
And they've kicked 4 goals in the last 6 minutes. So they just dominate through the centre. Good play that time by Notman, but he's immediately tackled. It's going to be a free kick for holding. It should go the way of Notman.
Good call. Oh, no.
The free kick to Notman. It's going to go to Davies, actually. I thought it was Notman who should have got the free kick.
Yeah.
But Davies' Grenier is still down. So holding his knees. Goes down there and Duval takes the mark. Uncontested there. They're going to swing it out wide where Jews has been very good. He's going to get it and he's going to go. Louis Jews, you want to get on the left boot. He runs through the centre. Centre half forward is going to be his target. There's no one down there. This goes out of bounds for a bounce. It will be a very good result for Nelson Bay. It is. It's going to be out of bounds. Boundary throw in Right on 50.
Luigi's just killing him on the wing.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
doing terrific. So,
He is.
yes, Cardiff have got to quickly come up with some answers. They've got to start getting involved at clearances and getting some 50-50 ball, and they've got to do something like having third man up against Barton.
Dave, you're going to have to save the sausage rolls and pies down there, mate. They're nearly all gone, the timekeepers.
Oh,
There's
Barton's
Barton on the left boot. He goes. Is it going to swing back? Just to the left. Through for behind.
It's one of the disadvantages of commentary when a spread comes on like that is that you've got to wait until the breaks, Gary, but that's life.
Paul Redmond always told me how difficult timekeeping was. Well, I'll tell you what I'm seeing here, I don't think it's all that difficult at all. It's Chapman. On the right boot, he goes. Wings a target. DeVal down there. That's better. He's starting to get in there. Starting to hold on to his marks now, and they're becoming impassable now across half-back, Dave.
Yes, the DeVal's had a couple of fumbles earlier on, but this quarter his hands have been terrific. I think he might be watching the ball just a little bit more carefully.
It's Bellman. He's going to go centre for Jeremy Eddy's a target down there. Go good use of the body. As this time it's Ericsson. He loves getting forward. He's on the wing, I think, playing at the moment. Hillier picks it up. Back to Risby. He wants to get on his right boot. Metcalf. They're just under pressure. Good forward pressure. It's Grinya. Can't get there. Ball's knocked out there. They're going in harder. Nelson Bayes. Eddie picks it up. He swings on the right boot.
Wow.
Jeremy Eddy. They're even winning the in-type battles now. That's his third for Eddy. I think they might all be in this quarter, actually. But great play there. They just fought to get that.
Second goal of the quarter to Eddie. BLK is the major sponsor of the Black Diamond AFL, as well as being the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. BLK, beyond limits known. Terrific. Another snap in that far pocket, but this is just one-way traffic at the moment. Gary, what's that? I think that's 10 goals of the last 11 to Nelson Bay.
Yeah, it certainly is. Certainly is. So the ruck again. Come out the back immediately. Tackle the pressure there as Spriggs. Immediately tackled by Yule. Louis Jews has also been fantastic. Goes in there as Vasey. He likes the hard work in there as well. They're just getting out there. Good pressure comes back. Mooney can't pick it up. Won't go in there. Put his head over the ball is David Wood and Scott Yule. This is certainly a much different Nelson Bay we saw last week. As Hillier goes in there. Good one-on-one contact with Matty Jews. Hillier picks it up, handball back to Spriggs. Spriggs back to Hillier. They're just under pressure there now. O'Brien he's going to have a go. Vukovic, handball back to Hillier. This time just a snap over the shoulder. A kick and hope, and DeVal should take the mark. Great pressure all around the ground.
Pressure all over the place. Cardiff, don't have any answers at the moment, it must be said.
It's Grinya. Gets it, has a bounce through the wing. Goes in board there now. It's just a few drops of rain start falling as DeVal's got it. Just settling things down for Nelson Bay. Leading by 56 points. He goes in there. Ericsson's his target. Dropped what he should have taken. He's dropped a couple of marks today, Ericsson, but also been a goal kicker. Vasey applies a tackle, then goes in and gets the ball. They just want the ball more as it comes out to Manitou. He's kicked 2 goals. On the right boot he goes. Hurry kick down there. Eddie again. He's kicked 3. Goes to ground. Get up. Kick goal. Number 4, Jeremy Eddie. What a fantastic goal. We should have this one on replay. This could be Das Hund House.
No, I think the house might be in this one. The house is in the house here.
They just worked out there and Jews a hurry kick. A good one-on-one. He goes to ground. Gets up. Gets it on there and kicks a goal. He kicked 4 now. Just have a quick look there. Are they all in this quarter?
No, 3 in this quarter, Gary. 1 in the first. Yep.
3 goals in the quarter. And they've just blown this out. This is a 62-point margin now. We've played 23 minutes gone in the second quarter.
As the rain
starts to fall now, yep.
You right there, John? You good? Yeah, I'm good, yeah.
Raining goals, raining rain.
Yes, Gary.
Look at that. That's how good the coverage is. Just have a look at your TV screen. You can even see it. You can actually see through the drop.
It's
That's
so
how close
clear.
they are.
It's so clear.
It's Chapman through the wing. He goes. Can Cardiff get a couple of goals? Wivel on the lead. Mate takes them up. Probably too far out to score. Burns should be a target. Also Murphy. Goes long. Wivel on the right boot. Looks pretty good. This is what the Hawks need. A great goal from Wivel. Gets his second for the day and 4th, and from outside 50. That's a good reply and very important one just before halftime.
Belmont 16-footers is located on picturesque Lake Macquarie. Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotion, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook. The Belmont 16-footers, the home of the Black Diamond AFL.
So nearly coming up towards half-time. We've got a treat for you at half-time, Dave. Today we're going to be having an interview with the Black Diamond AFL President, Mr. Wolbembic. Going to let us know what's happening in the Black Diamond AFL and also about an upcoming information night being held. So stay tuned at halftime.
Important information night for football in our area, Gary.
Certainly is. As Barton taps it, comes down there. Louis Jude goes, and this time Regan Bow's going to pick it up. Gets it out of the hand now to Gallagher. Goes out wide. Stewart there in a good one-on-one with Burns, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Stewart was outstanding last week in a beaten side, and he hasn't had too much to do today.
No, he hasn't. Oh, he had plenty to do early in the first quarter. They stood up pretty tall, but just through that period, through the second quarter there, where they kicked, 7 unanswered goals.
Good to see some. You can see some of the quality of the goal kickers. Reimer, Eddie, and Price have kicked goals in this quarter. Kareem rises to the top very often, Gary.
Certainly does. Barton this time. There, as Reimer gets it back. Hurry kick coming out by Wood. Duval is sitting up there, and Duval's certainly been better in the second quarter. Handball. They didn't even look at that handball there. So allows Grinier come in, but he backs it up this time. Has a bit of a fumble. Well done by Duval. Kicks a better kick this time. Should find Luke Bell. So Bell will take the mark inside the centre square. They've got no one back first, so he needs to go in short, and Reimer's that short person.
Jack!
So Reimer. Bellman makes a lead. He's got it there in a pass. He ran past 2 Cardiff defenders to take that mark. And he'll go back there. James Bellman hasn't kicked a goal yet today. They already have 7 goal kickers. Distance could test him here, though. Bit of a stutter. Kicks it up in the air. It's straight enough. Is it long enough? It is long enough. Goal to Bellman. A very, very quick reply to the Marlins. Just when Cardiff was starting to get back into it. Good goal. Not long to go to half time. But it's certainly been a goal fest for
Absolutely.
Nelson Bay. 62 points the margin. 14-5-89. 4-3-27. 26 minutes gone in the second quarter. So Stanton throws the ball up in the air. Barton in the ruck, this time against Chapman. I think that's one of the smallest ruckmen they've got. They just can't have anything to call the brilliance of Barton at the moment. Reimers, Dale Price gets a handball to Ericsson, out to come to Wood. They're linking up really well now, the Marlins. Their confidence sky high. Metcalf pushes off from Bell and takes a mark, a relieving mark on the half-back flank.
Solid backman, this fella, isn't he?
Oh, very good. He goes in short now to Davies.
Stagnant again, Gary.
Yeah,
you called it earlier.
They've been stagnant all day. They've been very, very stagnant. As Davies, right, but Coshin's a target down there. Price comes up. Gee, just makes them a different side. He makes them a much better side. Do it at both ends. Do it on the ground. Another kick comes in there now, and that's going to be Jews. Matty Jews, right boot. Target there. Barton over the back of it. Falls there. Drop the mark. Vasey. He gets up quickly over. Goes in hard for the second effort. What need? Free kick should have been paid there, and it is going to be paid there to Chapman.
Good
holding
call.
without the ball. Very good call by Joey O'Brien.
World's smallest ruckman with the kick, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Just once again, not much movement out there. Bowlby's toe is going to fall short of him. No, overhead goes to Mayo. Him against Reimer, one-on-one. Mayo throws the ball around. It's going to be a boundary throw in. 28 minutes gone, second quarter.
Cardiff have got some soul searching to do at the long interval, Gary.
Yeah, it's 62 points the margin. That's certainly. I don't think they're winning too many positions on the ground, and certainly not this one. As Barton takes the ball away, gets the left boot. Vasey one-on-one down there. Was Notman.
Oh, Notman was it?
Goes
right.
in there, pick in the pocket. Have another ball up. Deep in the pocket, 62 points the margin. No, a dominant quarter, 9-goal quarter for Nelson Bay. It falls out of Reimer on the right boot. Make that a 10-goal quarter, Dave.
Wow.
Reimer, everything's falling their way at the moment. The Marlins from the tap. Reimer deep in the pocket, dribbles one through. 11 goals, 10 goals for the quarter to Nelson Bay.
GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also proud sponsor of the BDAFL women's competition, which is going great guns.
It is a good win today in in the women's competition. Nelson Bay here defeated Cardiff. Newcastle City, a narrow win over Gosford.
Nelson Bay were very impressive in the women's game. It was the curtain raiser of this one. They were terrific.
Wyong Lakes come from behind, win over Maitland. And in the final game, Warners Bay had a 4-goal win over Lake Macquarie. So it was Reimer, the last goal kicker. He's kicked 3. Looks to go one way. No one back there, so he swings around to Grinya. He'll go back to Reimer. Reimer then goes inboard to Grinya again. Mucking around with a little bit now, the Marlins, as Millwood comes up. He has a bit of a shovel out there.
Throw.
And free kick's been paid. We'll pick up there by Matt Howarth, the umpire. So it's going to be Bellman. Kick the goal this quarter. Centre forward will be his target. Won't quite reach all that way. Vukovic drops the mark, however. It allows Matty Jews. A quick handball to Vasey. Can't take it under pressure. Hillier gets it, holding the man. Free kick to Max Hillier. Probably nearly been Carter's best, I reckon, Hillier.
Yes, he's put in a reasonable effort, that's right. And the Metcalf's got a few kicks, but Hillier's been solid.
Mayo drops that one. Is it Mayo or is it Bow out there? Anyway, he dropped what he should have taken. It's going to allow Matty Jews to get in for Nelson Bay. Tries to brush the tackle. Good tackle this time coming from Hillier. Handballs it off. It comes out to, might be Gallagher. As the half-time siren has sounded, and at half-time at Dick Burwell Oval, it's Nelson Bay 15-5, 95, leading Cardiff 4-3, 27.
Goal kickers for Nelson Bay. Jeremy Eddy, 4. Jaden Reimer, 3. Luke Price, 2. 2 to Matt Jews, and singles to Joel Erickson, Scott Gould, Doug Burton and James Bellman. For Cardiff, Tom Burns and Josh Murphy have 1 each, and key forward Aaron Wivel has 2 goals. That's half-time here at Dick Burwell Oval. Gary's heading off to interview the president of the BDAFL, Wal Bembich. Just a run through of some scores for you. Here at Dick Burwell Oval, it's now Nelson Bay 15-5, 95 to Cardiff 4-3, 27. And in the women's competition, Newcastle City 2-4-16, just over Gosford 2-2-14. Warners Bay 4-9-33 to Lake Macquarie 3 points. Wyong Lakes coming from behind 4-4-28 to defeated Maitland 3-2-20. And in the final game here at Dick Burwell Oval, Nelson Bay 8-11-59 defeated Cardiff 1-6. Into second division, another come from behind victory, the entrance Baddo Bay 8-4-52 over Terrigal Avoca 6-5-41. Nelson Bay 17 goals 12-1-1-4 to Gosford 6-6-42. Newcastle City defeated by Muswellbrook 12-7-79. And over to Gary, and we'll come back with some scores.
Right now, joining me now, Adam Grinya from Nelson Bay. Mate, great start.
Yeah, mate, we've probably come out firing after last week, I think, so we're pretty happy with the start. We've just got to keep going, I guess. Another quarter to go, another half to go.
You mentioned last week. What's the difference today?
I think we've got most of our side back is the big one, but I think we've worked hard this week at really just applying that pressure and keep pushing at the footy all day, and I think it's paying off for us, which is good.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for that. Good luck in the second half. Okay, we're just there. And be back in a couple of minutes with an interview with the BDAFL president, Wal Bembich.
Gary doesn't need one. You hear him up here and there.
You couldn't possibly expect me to comment, gentlemen. That would be hypocritical. End of the match. Jesus Christ, look at that. Singleton. What division's that?
First division.
2 o'clock start. Bloody hell, they've gone berserk.
They've
got a terrific side. 16-7, 103 or 1 strike.
67.
No, 16 goals, 7 goals.
Sorry.
16 goals, 7.
Yeah.
Now, let's have a look, mate. Singleton have got Killarney Vale up in the Hunter.
Got a treat, special treat at half time. The Black Diamond Cup game between Nelson Bay. Shows Nelson Bay at the moment leading quite convincingly by 8 points, but Matt's pretty good. Joining me is the Black Diamond Wal Bembick. Wal, welcome to the coverage.
Thanks, Gary. Yeah, good game here today. Nelson Bay really put it on in that quarter, but I'm sure Cardiff will turn up in the third quarter and we'll see what happens, eh?
Second year in the role as president. How you found it? What differences have you noticed in the couple of years that you've been here?
Look, I think certainly the competition, I suppose when I started as president, we really wanted to put I think what the phrase I used was put a chock under the wheels. The competition was going pretty well. We didn't want to go backwards. We wanted to make sure we were going forwards. I think we did that last year, and on from that, we're really trying to develop our mantra that we use, which is healthy clubs, strong management and competitive football. We're working towards those goals. So we're doing a few things this year that are trying to enhance the competition and make sure that we set ourselves up for the future years.
One of the great innovations that's in your time has certainly been the introduction of women's football. How have you found that?
Oh, look, it's just such a boost to the competition. Healthy clubs has been from the introduction of women's football. We've all come from clubland, all the committee members, and we've all seen what having that diverse group of people, women, juniors, families, how that adds to the culture of clubs. And you see it here today with the support around and the growth of these clubs. It's a great thing for the league as well. It helps our profile, helps us secure sponsors, helps us give back to the club. So it's great. We look forward to it growing as it has in the last few years.
Big move made in the off-season to get Gosford, a foundation club of the Black Diamond AFL, who spent 4 years in Sydney, back now in the Black Diamond AFL. How's that turned out?
Oh, look, I think everyone would be delighted with that happening. We're delighted to have welcome Gosford back. It was important from the board's point of view that we got them back to their home, and I think anyone at Gosford would agree it was the right move, and they've been welcomed back. They've been great on field, off field. They've got really strong. They've now really got their junior club behind them, which is once again essential to a healthy club. And look, we look forward to them growing and their juniors coming through to be really good senior footballers and in the near term playing Black Diamond Cup.
On Monday week, the 9th of May, the Black Diamond AFL is called an information night. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, look, once again, the board is looking towards the future at the structure of the competitions. And one thing we do here is that the Black Diamond Cup, with only 6 teams, isn't a diverse enough competition, and we need a stronger senior competition. So when we looked at that, there's a lot of easy one-off solutions, but you just can't look at relegation or trying to bring teams up or down. There's a lot more at play, and a lot of that involves talent pools and where talent spread's happening, how juniors are coming through. So we're going to try and look at the whole picture and try and get the clubs to have their input, so we can come up with a strategy that can lead us towards a really competitive Black Diamond Cup competition with a few more teams than what we've got. That'll once again make it a good, strong competition. That'll dwindle down hopefully through the lower grades, but also down to the juniors, which we're looking at doing what we can for football in the region to make it as good as it can be.
Who can go to that meeting, Wal?
Look, we invite anyone. There's no one. We welcome anyone who wants to have some input. We will be offering a lot of information at that night, and we'll be seeking information, but more so trying to find out what issues people have. We don't think we're going to solve anything on the night, but hopefully from that night we can get enough information that we can come up with some strategies. We can work with the Hunter Coast, we can work with New South Wales AFL and try and put in some strategies in place to get things happening and probably make some positive changes.
This year, joint partnership with charity organiser Run Against Violence. How's that been?
Oh, look, real close to my heart. Yeah, I think it's a great thing. It's pretty hard not to get emotional if you've seen the iceberg video. Anyone who hasn't sort of had the club presentations, I know we're doing Lake Macquarie this week, but we're going to all the clubs. well worth the effort to get involved and support the program. The numbers are staggering, but anything we can do to fulfil the message and get the conversation happening about domestic violence, I think it's the right thing to do. And certainly the response we've had from the clubs has been, it's been fantastic. It's been overwhelming. And once again, we are a community organisation. It's all about building communities, and it's part of that fabric of the culture of clubs we talk about. And when clubs are prepared to invest in something like this, and our clubs have invested in other issues such as cancer, and I was at Wyong the other day for remembering Reece Norton who passed away with suicide. When we can address these issues as a club, it certainly breaks a bit of that stigma, and it's once again it's building the culture and fabric to make us a quality organisation which we want to be. So only good can come of it.
Good on you, Wild. Thanks very much, BDAFL President. With you leading the way, mate, we're certainly in a very, very good place. So thank you very much for that, Wild. And don't forget there, he mentioned about the information night. Get there if you're interested in football in the region, the 9th of May, Belmont 6 at 7 p.m. We'll be back shortly with the second half. Nelson Bay currently leading by 68 points. Cardiff, plenty of work to do. Can they come back? Righto, Dave. We're back here, almost ready to start the third quarter, and there's a first half avalanche by New Nelson Bay as we're going to start the third quarter. Nelson Bay leading by 68 points, kicking to the left of screen. Barton this time in the ruck against Metcalf. That's their fifth person they've tried in the ruck. Eddie, 4 goals. He's kicked 3 in that quarter as he gets that in the centre there. Slipped over. Just mentioned, David, half time. We're out there. It's actually rained just about the whole half time. Not heavily, but will make things a little bit slippery.
Yep, just light rain.
Expect a much better performance from Cardiff as McMahon goes in there, sits up there nicely. He's going to run in there. This should be the perfect start there. If Murphy, can he get it? Oh, he's kicked 3 behinds today, Murphy. 3 behinds. But that's much better. That's what they needed.
Need a lot more of that, don't they?
They certainly do. They just start winning the ball out of the middle. Stewart. Spoke to Cardiff at also as they were coming out at the Cardiff coach, and he's sort of a bit of a loss actually to what they've come at. They're just not on today. They're just not mentally. They're just not switched on. Whether that was because they thought it was going to be a little bit easier or whatever, he's not sure. But he said he's looking for a much better performance in the second half as Wood goes in there to DeVale. Can't take the mark. Eddie's there, got time now. He's going to handball. Went longer to Yule. He also had Matty Jews. Matty Jews misses that. Allows Koshin's going to pick it up for Cardiff. Ball's knocked out of his hand. Lennon reported in the second quarter. Simon Yule handball intercepted there now by O'Brien. He gets a handball in. Can't take this time. Was O'Neill. Been pretty quiet, O'Neill. Handball from Mudd to Ryman. In forward they go again, the Marlins. Price is going to be his target. Went early. Reagan held his ground though. 2 against 1. Tapped it between his legs. Mayo goes to ground. Tackle from Burton. Regan's back there, gets it to Metcalf. Chips it in short there, opens the door for Mooney. Goes one way, gets on the left boot, snaps it around. Regan's back there, however. Off hands, through for behind. $15,696 Nelson Bay, 4,428 Cardiff. If you've just tuned in, that's correct. That is the correct score.
I think he's run outside of the square without kicking the ball to himself there, Gary.
They can easily do that, because sometimes they get called to play on. They just go. They still need to kick it to clear the square.
I think when I was watching the footy the other night on television, that a player handballed out of the square at the MCG. So it's not just at country level. It happens everywhere.
So ball up right at the top of the square. Bell in the ruck. No one gets clean-handed. Barton does the roving. He has a fresh air. Reimer can't get it as well. Good pressure as Reimer this time goes in the second. Immediately tackled by Metcalf. Should be holding the ball.
Gone.
It will be. Good tackle by Zach Metcalf. So Metcalf playing. They're trying to run the ball out of the back. Back to Spriggs. Back to Metcalf again. He'll go short this time. Looking for O'Regan.
That's out of bounds on the full.
He's out of bounds on the full, yep.
Free
kick's going to go the way of Jews. Good call, mate. Good call. I was wondering how you could see. I couldn't see around the corner there, but you got the big screen.
I've got this wonderful screen in front of me. Left-footed, he'll have to be looking.
No, Matty Jews right foot, mate. He's done those 2 snaps around. He runs around. Would have been better snapping that one, I think. He's kicked it across, misses everything. Out of bounds on the full.
Just see some spots of rain, just light rain, Gary. As you said, we'll make things. The footy will get greasier and greasier throughout the afternoon. Yeah,
it wasn't that heavy. I didn't get my hair wet when I was down there doing an interview with Wild Benby, the president. Wasn't it great to hear from Wild's doing a fantastic job as president? Yeah. The Black Diamond AFL is in good hands. There's a good tackle there. Again, the free kick's going to go the way of Luke Price, who's certainly made a very, very good return to football. But he spoke about a lot of important things, did Walt, and that information I already mentioned is very, very important. Women's football, what the contribution that they've made, and also their run against violence, the partnership with the run against violence. So he's certainly done a good job as the leader of the Black Diamond AFL. He's got a very good board as well as Price. Ball off the boot. Oh, he likes that. He gave that the little finger wave. Did you see that, Dave? Gave the old finger. That's certainly very, very happy man. And the all-important first goal of the third quarter goes to Nelson Bay, courtesy of Luke Price.
Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson.
Wilson Security, yes, what a great supporters they are. Paul Deves there, Rob the Lord, certainly been great supporters, major sponsor for the last 2 years, staying on board, sponsoring this coverage, which were without their support, our other loyal sponsors, we wouldn't be able to bring to you. So thanks to Wilson Security, thanks to all our sponsors. And Price, goal number 3.
Yeah,
Certainly
triple for Price on return.
Barton against Metcalf. Metcalf wins this one. Barton's going back for the second round. Also in there is O'Brien. Jeremy Eddy kicked 4 goals. Gets a hurried handball to Matty Jews, who's kicked 2. They've had multiple goal kickers of Nelson Butt. As Barton goes in a second time. Reimer certainly been impressive also. They're just under pressure every day. They're not getting a easy possession at the moment, Cardiff.
Not one.
This time running off through there. That is very good play there by... That is Mooney.
Quality.
Went short to Ryman. Not his best handball, but should set up all right for Ericsson. No, it doesn't. He has 1 grab, 2 grab. All thumbs at the moment. Gets it. Wants a handball in there to Eddy. Chris Eddy. Handball. They probably mucked it up a little bit as Millwood picks it up now. Out there for Murphy. He can't get it. Gallagher's going to have a go. He's under pressure from Barton. It's going to be Risby's go to get it. He's under pressure from Price. And in the back, free kick's going to go to Risby.
Gary, that last 40 seconds of plays encapsulates where this match is at. Cardiff under all sorts of pressure. Nelson Bay were a yard off too often, kept on making tackles, kept on blocking them, kept on shepherding, kept on blocking the ball, and just made it so difficult for them. They want the ball more.
They forced it back 20 metres just through pressure. There's Mooney again. He'll go short there. Eddy should take the mark there, and he does. That is Chris Eddy, one of the 3 Eddy boys. Ben's not playing today. Jeremy has kicked 4 goals, been very impressive.
Had a day out, hasn't he?
Chris Eddy goes there looking for his brother there. Up he goes, takes that mark. Nearly they're playing to call. They've got the numbers here. Cardiff, Lennon, under pressure. Chapman immediately tackled there by Harry Yule.
Holding the ball.
Because sits up there now by Vukovic. He goes off the ground though. It's only going to allow Mooney to pick it up. The free kick for Nelson Bay holding the man.
Yeah.
Back here in the middle of that was after the tackle laid by Harry Yule. And they've just been like that today, haven't they? They've just been ferocious at the ball. Harry Yule goes out wide. They're looking for Duval to take the mark in front of the boundary line. He does. Wing and half forward. He now goes in short. Lazy kick over to Koshin there. Good work on the mark by the Cardiff skipper. Right boot in there in the direction of Norton. Can't take the mark, but Lennon. Enables Jack Lennon to come in. Stewart's going to lead the race. The ball beats him. Also beats Wivel, but Wheatley's able to get back for the Marlins. Right boot he goes. Looks in the centre of the ground. Should find Chris Eddy. He does. He's got Ericsson out wide. And that's where he goes. Ericsson takes the mark. Where's the next option going to be? Burton called for it centre half foot. He goes longer in the Reimer direction. Up against O'Regan. Good grab. Good mark by Reimer. Out of bounds. Going to be a boundary throw in. Just a couple of bobbles there. That's a good one-on-one contest. O'Regan up against Reimer.
Excellent. This weather will mean that guys that are balanced will start to get the football. You cannot go to ground. Wivel did just here in a minute ago, and the Nelson Bay defence were able to clear it quite easily. You've got to stay on your feet.
As Grignard goes out there now, Burton can pick it up. He could have a shot at goal. Goes one way, ball loses the handle of the ball. He goes there under pressure from Cardiff. They got numbers in there. Mayo's in there now. Grignard goes in there also hard for Nelson Bay. Grignard's got it just like a terrier-like handball. Back to Harry Yule. Wants a sweeping handball out there to Barton. Sits up a little bit. But he goes back a second, goes third, go Harry. That is Harry Yule again gets it. They've just got numbers. Vasey back to Eddy. Good pressure over from Cardiff. Grignard's got it. They forced Nelson Bay back 20 metres as well. Eddy.
Good footy.
Coming there is Millwood, but coming up is Ryan Muddy. Runs straight through the ball. It should allow Davies to come if he gets a hold of it. He does. Sweeps it back there to Mayo. He wants to go through the centre of the ground. Handballs to Millwood. Back to Mayo. The old 1-2. He runs through centre half forward. Kicks it long. Wivels at target with Wheatley. Get rid of Wheatley. And Aaron Wivel. Take a bow, Chad Mayo. Take a bow, Cardiff. Great defensive pressure is going to result in a shot on goal to Aaron Wivel.
Yes, as you're commentating, they forced the ball backwards 30 metres, and then the old 1-2 worked. Chad Mayo prominent, and Wivel was able to dispose of his backman and took a relatively comfortable chest mark, Gary.
He's kicked 2 goals. Looks for goal number 3. That's a good goal. He missed a couple he probably should have got, but that's 3 goals. It's becoming a decent return for the forward.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort is an exceptional 5-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast. Nestled between the pristine waters of the Pacific Ocean, Tuggerah Lakes, and surrounded by a national park, this resort has been designed to complement its spectacular location. This resort by Accor Hotels has been designed to offer guests everything: impeccable service, amazing on-site facilities, sophisticated dining options, modern villa-style accommodation, and spectacular event spaces. Also a proud partner of the outstanding Run Against Violence program, Gary, and it was inspiring to meet Kira Kelly last week, wasn't it?
Certainly was. She's a
Fantastic.
lovely lady and doing a fantastic job. So 68 points of margin there now. Well done there to Aaron Wivel. He's kicked 3, but Chad Mayo certainly did a fantastic job through the centre of the ground. But there's good pressure on the other side of the ground also. So Barton in the ruck now against Bay. Barton wins this over top. Should go there for Vasey. He overruns the ball there. Better pressure this time from Cardiff. Vasey picks it up. Going to be balled up.
Gary, Luke Price has just come off the field. They're working on at the moment. He appears to have picked up an injury.
Might be a bit of cramp maybe. Just they're working on in the lower leg. It's Burton. Going to ground there for Cardiff. Time.
Gone. He's been consistent.
He has been
today,
consistent with that.
Stanton.
Yep.
He has been.
And that's
Give him
Bellman.
credit.
He's going to get the... You just can't dive on the ball, which is the correct interpretation. If you dive on the ball and drag it in, or if you go to ground...
It's one of a number of rule changes the last few years that really has cleared the game up a lot of grey areas, in my opinion.
Short for Burton. Good sport from Risby, but falls back to Reimer. Dodges one way. Goes back there down to David Wood on the right boot. He goes to the top of the square. Eddie's going to fly. And way too early. And the free kick's going to go the way there of Cardiff. Just stretching out his calf there is Luke Price. Doesn't seem too concerned by it.
Let's just hope he hasn't twinned the hammy. Let's hope it is a cramp or a twinge somewhere else.
Oh, they're mucking around here. He's going to open the door for Burton. He was legged and Burton's going to go back and have a shot on goal.
Koshin went too low there. He's got a free kick, 20 metres out, Gary? If that?
25. Just they're trying to run the ball out. They were so successful last week doing that into the wind. They ran the ball so well. They were very, very well structured.
Yeah, with the chain link handballs, weren't they? They really did a terrific job with that.
But full credit though, Nelson Bay. They've certainly come in today as Barton on the left boot. He goes. He puts a fist in the air, and so should he. He's been superb today. Another individual goal kicker there for Nelson Bay. And Barton, how would you describe it, Dave? His game so far?
Dominant. In a word, dominant. Simple as that. They have no answer for him at the moment, Gary. And he's giving his followers first use of terrific ball. They're smashing them in the clearances, and Cardiff still have I think you've called in commentary. They've had 4 or 5 blokes line up at him in the ruck, and they still can't combat him.
He's also so good on the ground. He goes in there. He battles and battles and battles. Second and third effort. So he's been very good today. This time Regan Bow's back in there against Barton. Bow probably won that one down there to Hillier. He's immediately tackled there. This time by Grinya. Davies picks it up for Cardiff. Handballs misses Risby's going to allow Mooney to pick that one up. He goes back now to Grinya. He steps one way, goes another, gets it back to Mooney again. He's certainly been a good acquisition as well. Left boot kicked up there. Barton goes up way too before acceptance. The oval ball bounces. There is good pace shown there by Hillier. He's tackled there. Going in hard was Bellman for Nelson Bay. Scotty Yule handballs it off to Ericsson. Goes long again. Eddie's there. Got the break there on the mark in front of Gallagher. Deep in the pocket. Goes long there. He's got Duval. Should take it on his mark. Unselfish play by Eddie. And Tim Duval made a good run down the wing. He's going to go back there now. 25, not far from where Billy Barton just kicked the goal. And line up for Duval to kick his first goal. And number 18 for Nelson Bay.
Very impressed with the unselfish nature of that play there. Right deep in the pocket. Looked to centre it. Duval unopposed. Relatively comfortable shot right in front.
Tim Duval, he does. He kicked to the skipper from Nelson Bay. Very good play by the skipper, and good news for Nelson Bay as Price has gone back on the ground. But unselfish play there by Eddie.
Prime 7. In 2016, Prime 7 has every big game live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7, mate, including Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoons. Black Diamond AFL on Prime 7, your local AFL team, Gary.
Yeah, big game last night. We spoke about North Melbourne versus Western Bull. It wasn't the greatest game to watch, but North Melbourne, 6 wins on the trot. That's all you can do.
Very good form and, dominant, again, a dominant ruckman, Goldstein. I think at the moment with Sanderlands out on long-term injury list, I think Goldstein's the preeminent ruckman in the Australian Football League at the moment. And some good hard nuts like Zeeble at ground level doing a great job. And Jared Waite's got a second lease of life at North Melbourne after being disappointing in his career at Carlton.
Good summation, Dave. Well done. As Stanton throws it again. Barton gets the better of this one. Goes to Jew. He can't get it there. Kicked off the ground this time by Grinya. Duval coming in off his wing. Good smother this time by Duval. Grinya gets it immediately. Tackled by Spriggs. Grinya, the pressure certainly hasn't waned at all. They from both sides. The free kick's going to go to the back this time. It's going to be Davies. Both sides still going in hard.
They are. Nelson Bay doing it better.
So Davies on the right boot he goes. There Wibbles his target through the hands of Wheatley. Wibble should be the first one to pick it up. He goes to ground under pressure from DeVale. DeVale late applies the tackle.
Gone.
He could be gone here as well. No, good call there by Joey O'Brien. Gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Interesting. I hadn't realised that it hadn't stuck in my head about the fact that Barton's left-handed, and that would you don't see too many left-handed ruckmen. That would cause the opposing ruckman, they're used to clashing into a bloke on their opposite side. So perhaps they do a little bit of thinking and change the angle of where they're going up at centre bounces.
A bit like a southpaw with boxing, isn't it?
It is.
Barton and that time there was Norton.
Oh, ducked his head.
Oh, he put that kick off the ground. Just misses to the right.
You left-footed kicker when you played football, Gary, were you?
Multi, mate. Both mine, mate, yeah.
Andy Peters, Gary. Okay.
Yeah, mate, yeah. No, right foot, mate, right foot. For the very few kicks I got. It's going to be Vasey. Going to bring the ball back in. Out towards a good kick there. Yule's going to be his target. Going up there also is Notman for Cardiff. Sees the ball go over the line. Out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Nearly 16 minutes gone in the second quarter. The goals have dried up. 3 goals to Nelson Bay, 1 to Cardiff. And the margin now out to 79 points. Good performance, dominant performance by Nelson Bay. Certainly getting their season back on track. After some, you would have to say, Dave, some pretty lacklustre performances.
Yes, that lacklustre is a very good word. I thought last week they were less than ordinary in the below average display against Cardiff.
Had a tough start, played Terrigal round one. We did that game. They weren't the worst, but then they played Newcastle City, who won quite convincingly there. Good win on the road to Killarney. I weren't that impressed, but they don't win very often on the Central Coast. And so there's a free kick's going to go to Mayo. And then last week, as you mentioned, was a very ordinary performance. Didn't have a strong side out, and today with a few players back. So guys, I'll just comment about that. The few players we had a bit of a talk about it at half time as Cardiff deep into attack there. Hugh O'Neill tries to pick it up there. Mudd kicks it off the ground. Risby's going to come in there for Cardiff. He's going to handball it back to Burns. Handballs back to Risby. He has a kick at fresh air as Jew taps it on. It's going to allow Davies. He then goes back there to Gallagher, who handballs it off to Koshin. That was Hillier. Goes inboard to Metcalf. Had a bit of a dirty day today, Zach.
Sums up Cardiff's day, Gary.
Bell.
Gone.
Holding the ball. Yeah. So there's Koshin. Quickly he went there. It goes down to Wibble. Takes the mark. Yes, he does.
Yeah, 5 crabs.
Chest mark. He's going to go back and line up for goal number 4. So what I was going to say before, Dave, is that we talk about sides who lose players and missing players. You don't need to have a heap of players out or come in to make a fluctuation of your fortunes.
That's correct.
As Wibble comes in again, he kicks it up. Yes, he has. He kicked goal number 4. A good return for Wibble.
He went close to the man on the mark again, but he managed to get it up and over.
Certainly did. So 4 goals is a good return for the full forward.
It certainly is. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports the Black Diamond AFL. Was listening to Star 104 on the way up, Gary. Great music, great station.
Fantastic station, yeah. Great supporters. Have been... I think the station's now about 12 years old, Star FM. They've been with the Black Diamond every year.
And as I think I've said before, they're a good local station. They're terrific, great to listen to. Always got updates with traffic and things going on and events on the coast. Really supportive of us as well.
They certainly are. So Ruckman do battle. Bow in the ruck against Barton this time. Barton wins this down to Reimer. Can't take it with him, but that's all right. It's Vasey's going to get it for Nelson Bay. He's hurry kick forward. Bell and Bow doing battle there. Bell keeps it in front of him. Bellman goes in to give him a hand. Barton kicks it off the ground, following up from his ruck. He's going to allow Bell to pick it up. Puts his head over the ball. Gets a handball. Back to Eddie on the right boot. Great smother.
Oh, good footy.
Who was that out there? I think that might have been...
was that Max Hillier?
Well, that was Hillier. Been a good ball winner today and a fantastic smother. That ball is heading into a dangerous position. So well done by the young Sydney Swans Academy member. Barton taps it back there, goes back to Wood. He's tackled. Handball a bit too fierce for Bell. Eddie goes in and picks it up. Dispossessed the ball once he's got tackled. Hillier goes into Risby. Risby's handball's spoiled. Eddie gets it again. Mayo can't take the ball. Eddie goes back in for another go. Jews on the left boot. 1-on-1 coming out. Matty Jews goes up there. Yule goes up there. Good 2 against 2 contest. As Notman's able to get a handball to O'Regan. Goes back. Tackled there is Lennon. Picked up by Vasey. There's plenty of Cardiff players around. So Vasey goes back further to Oppie Eddie's picked up good work there by O'Regan. He's been very good today. Spriggs is also in there for Cardiff, right in front of the Nelson Bay interchange area. Reagan's been very solid down back. As mentioned before, he's a captain of the Irish AFL side, Dave. You may not have known that.
Wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, so he's back. He had a few years with Cardiff, then went back to Ireland. He's back here this year, a really solid defender. Out the back it goes Risby. Right boot long. Burns is the target up against Stewart. Good use of the body by Burns. Take the mark, kicking a half out from goal. Wants to play on quickly. Mooney's out back there for Nelson Bay. Spoils it from McMahon. Whipple goes back to goal. Wheatley stays out and he picks it up. Goes to Stewart. Stewart now runs through halfback. Goes long. A good vision by Stewart. They've got 3 numbers there. And Scott Yule started the game. Got the ball rolling for the Marlins, kicking the first goal of the game. Gets a handball back to DeVal. DeVal on the left boot. Barton's going to be his target. Using the body well there was Bow. Out the back to O'Regan. Back in board there now. Good hip and shoulder there by Barton it was. But Cardiff got to get that way. Spriggs on the right boot. He goes. Norton's going to be his target. Boundary line too close. Out of bounds.
I'm not sure if DeVal has an opponent. He seems to be running around unattended a lot, picking up kicks left, right and centre. And again, there's no one within 5-10 metres of him. I just wonder if he's playing spare.
We got O'Regan who's spare down there also for Cardiff. As Mayo gets a tap in there. Mooney's going to go in there also. McMahon. Mudd goes through his legs. Carries it out there to Yule. That's Harrison Yule. Keeps the ball in front of him. Mayo can't pick it over. A bit of the fumbles at Mayo. We did mention a bit of rain as Chapman. A hurry kick in. How's it going to bounce? Bounces over the head. That could be Dust Hound House, whatever that is. But anyway, it's a very good goal.
Dust Hundhouse, Gary.
Well, that was better than that, Dave.
Yes, Gary.
No, great goal.
The entertainment grounds has quickly The entertainment grounds has quickly established itself as the premier events location on the Central Coast. The entertainment grounds is an indoor and outdoor multi-purpose community facility for functions, events, festivals, weddings, exhibitions, as well as horse racing.
We all know it's Das Hund House who give our play of the day, and that was certainly going to be up there. There's no doubt about it. A great goal. The beauty of the oval ball. You attack it, it will always make you look silly.
Yep.
So 22 minutes gone. 67 points the margin. Jeremy Eddy picks it up, misses his brother with a handball. Can't get the handle of it there. It's Cardiff. Their pressure's certainly been pretty good. Eddy goes in, lays the shepherd for DeVal. DeVal wants to go one way. Gets a handball out to Harrison Yule. Good pressure by Millwood there. Yeah, much better coach. Adam Dugan would certainly be impressed with their commitment.
They're holding their own this quarter, 3 goals each. It's a much different game this quarter. Just that Nelson Bay have got a 60 or 70 point lead on them to start the half, Gary.
Certainly is. Yule in the ruck now. Up against Mayo. Out the back it goes. Jeremy Eddy gets it. Handball that comes to Louis Jew. Maybe one of the better players. Could have been holding the ball. Eddy picks up and gets his own ball again. On the right boot he goes. Bell should take the mark down under pressure from Vukovic. Good work by the Cardiff defender. Gallagher picks it up. Allows Vukovic to come back in again. He's under immediate pressure. A great tackle there. That was a great tackle and a great chase. That might have been by Bellman.
Yep.
Good work. Never gave that one up. And a good umpiring there. That was a good contest. So Bell taps it over the back there. Barton resting at full forward now. Handballs it off. It comes to Bellman. Right boot torpedo. Through for behind.
Terrific shooting by the Bay today. 18 goals, 7, Gary. It's terrific.
18-7 to 7-5. 23 minutes gone. Third quarter.
Rain's stopped, Gary. Hopefully that'll help with the quality of the ball.
Koshin short. Good work by Chapman. He's out there now at centre half back. Wing's going to be his target, a little bit more than that. Metcalf drops the mark he would normally take it. Handballs off. It comes to Gallagher. Under pressure gets there. Wivel out. He comes again. Pressure from Wheatley. Can't take the mark. Yule overruns it, which is going to allow Burns in. Good work by Wheatley. Goes one, then sockets it off the ground. Morgan's going to come in there, but dispossessed off the ball by Chapman. He sits up there. Wivel got it. Goes to play on. Left boot now over the shoulder. How's it going to bounce? Unlucky there. Will was a bit slow on the whistle there for the payment. He thought it didn't go 15, was then paid the mark and then called to play on.
I actually thought the Wivel stopped. So, again, not luck of the draw. So
Stewart kicks it to himself, plays on through fullback. Out he comes. Price is going to be his target. Just looks a little bit sore. Price, probably first game back. Vukovic. Tell you what, I'd be quite comfortable with, if I was coaches, to have put Price on the sideline. I reckon I'd put him in mothballs.
Cotton wool for the last quarter,
he's
Gary.
so important to him. 67 points up. Because he just looks sore. As Bellman handballs it out. They're coming. This time is Louis Jew. Scott Yule picks it up. But intercepted this time by Gallagher. Right boot looking for Waval. He can't find him. Finds the boundary line. Boundary throwing 20 metres around from the Cardiff goal. Almost 25 minutes gone, third quarter. 18-7, 115. Nelson Bay. 7-6, 48 Cardiff. One there by Norton. Dangerous area. McMahon applying the pressure. They get it out through Price. Goes one way, goes another. Looking for Grinya. Grinya handballs it back there. Misses his target there in Dan Morgan. And the ball goes over the line for a boundary throw in. Half-forward flank. Cardiff's end of the ground. Approaching three-quarter time. An even quarter after a dominant first half by the Marlins.
Yule in ruck here this time, is he?
Yeah, Yule's been rucking the last five. Barton's, I think, is having a rest at full forward. As it goes out there, I think that is Mudd. Kicks it out to Jews. Matty Jews kicked 2 goals early. Gets a handball out there. His brother goes to give him good work by Vukovic. Not his best handball, however, which puts O'Regan under a bit of pressure. He immediately goes, okay, that's a free kick. Oh, was that? I reckon he slid into the legs there, Dave.
It was close to being beneath the knees, wasn't it?
Yeah,
maybe
he
the fact
went
he
to
got
ground.
his hands on football first,
Yeah.
just got it. A kick.
Kicks in there. Goes all the way through there. Wivel tries to get a handball out there. Norton tackled, dispossessed. Grinya, Yule, Eddie.
Bump.
Back to Grinya on the left boot. Under pressure goes the wing. It's going to be Jews and Matty Jews. Kicked 2 goals. Great snaps in there.
Lots of them in the centre on.
There, he's going to go for a small one there. They had the numbers there, but well done by Mooney. Kick smothered. Louis Jews. Barton gets it back to Louis Jews on his left. He chips in there. Ryman's going to be his target. Could not have a better target. A great centering kick by Louis Jews. They worked that ball well. He handballs over the top. Does Reimer unselfish play. And that went to Dan Morgan, who kicked the goal. And that is goal kicker number 11 for Nelson Bay. And after 26, almost 27 minutes, it's Nelson Bay. 19-7, 121. Leading Cardiff, 7-6, 48. 73 points the margin. We're right on three-quarter time.
Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. They are also proud supporters of the Black Diamond AFL.
Right there, Isaac. A big yawn there coming from our producer. Even our commentary's putting the producer to sleep. We are in trouble, Dave.
The Hot Dog King. That's him.
Great job by Bar TV. Fantastic.
Best in the business, aren't they, Gary?
So they say. So they keep telling me. As Yule trying to get out of there, Grinick. Who's going to get a goal before three-quarter time? Nobody. We've even got the timekeepers playing a bit of tune with the siren. And at three-quarter time at Dick Burwell Oval, Nelson Bay, 19-7, 121. Leading Cardiff, 7-6, 48. 4 goals to 3 that quarter by Nelson Bay. Dave, you've got the goal kickers.
Thank you, Gary. For Nelson Bay, Jeremy Eddy has 4, Luke Price and Jaden Reimer 3 each. Matt Jews has 2, and we have singles to James Bellman, Doug Burton, Scott Yule, Billy Barton, Dan Morgan, Joel Erickson and Tim Duval. For Cardiff, lone hand up front, Aaron Wivel has 4, Josh Murphy 1, Tom Burns 1, and Nick Chapman has a goal for Cardiff.
Thanks very much for that, Dave. So three-quarter time, it's all the Marlins leading by 73 points. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with score updates from around the ground and also the final quarter.
Just before the start of the final quarter, some scores from First Division and the Black Diamond Cup. First Division, these are full-time scores. Terrigal of Oka 16-8, 104. Warners Bay 5-4, 34. Newcastle City 17-21, 123. To Lake Macquarie 2-1, 13. Gosford 25-16, 168. To Cardiff 2-1, 13. Singleton 34 goals, 14, 2-1-8. To Killarney Vale 1 straight 6. At three-quarter time, an absolute thriller in Rutherford. Wyong Lakes 9-6-60, leading Maitland 8-7-55. Black Diamond Cup updates for three-quarter time, Terrigal of Oka 13-10-88 to Warners Bay 8-6-54. And at quarter time at Newcastle No. 1 Sports Ground, Newcastle City 5-6-36 to Killarney Vale 139. Gary?
Beautiful day. Thank you for that. Quarter to go here at Dick Burwell Oval. Some great games of football on at the moment. So back in the centre of the ground, Joey O'Brien's going to throw it up. Barton back in the ruck, this time against Mayer. Gets it down to Reimer. 73 points to Mars in the favour of the Marlins. Going back to Lennon, who's reported in the second quarter. Good hip and shoulder there by Norton. Oh, got him for high. Bit unlucky there, I thought. But
I thought it was a reasonably fair bump.
So it's going to be Yule. Actually, sorry, no, it was Morgan. My apologies. Get in there. It's Wood to take. Reimer's going after the ball. Going back also there with Barton. Hilliard's picking it up for Cardiff. Probably Cardiff's best. Handballs in no one in particular. DeVale goes to ground. Back down to O'Brien. Jeremy O'Brien on the right boot. O'Regan's playing further up the ground. Him and McMahon fly. O'Regan's running through anybody who gets in his road at the moment. So he's his way, and he's certainly probably, along with Hilliard, nearly being Cardiff's best, I would have thought, today.
Can see him being a very handy Gaelic footballer with his build and his speed and his ability to stay on his feet.
Barton easily wins that ruck to Wood. Good work there going to ground. Was Notman. Norton back to Lennon. Goes to the centre of the ground. Morgan's there. Foot there. Vukic goes over the back to Mooney. On the left boot he goes. Leading out in the race for the ball is Yule in front of Koshin. On the left boot, chips it in short there. Matty Jews over the head, through the hands. It comes off the boot. He snapped him pretty well today. Davies gets it though. Back to the skipper in Koshin. Good pressure there. Great pressure tackling there by Matty Jews. Sees the ball over the line, right alongside the Nelson Bay behind post. So just looking at the bench, I think Luke Price is sitting on the bench there for Nelson Bay, and if I was Sean McGrath, that's where he would be spending the rest of the afternoon. As out the back it comes to Scotty Yule on the left boot. Wow. Great start for Nelson Bay in the last quarter. Yule kicks his second.
Yes, second goal for Scott Yule. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Trading hours are 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Support local businesses. Subway, eat fresh. And there'll be a Subway Best On Ground award at the end of today's broadcast, Gary.
Certainly will be. As a Dusthound House Player of the Day.
Very well. It's getting there, Dusthound House.
Sounded better the way I was saying it. I'm not sure why they haven't changed the name of it.
The German people who speak German are having conniption fits, but anyway.
It was funny. I went home last week after struggling all last week to say it. My daughter, who's done German at school, she just rattled it off first go.
I did a bit of German at school myself, so
I did nothing as it shows. Vukovic, right boot long. Wivel kick 4 goals for Cardiff. A good return from the full forward. Boundary line's too close, however, for that one, and it goes over the line.
Nelson Bay will be, after copying a couple of defeats in recent weeks, we're looking to pile on the goals here to get their percentage back in order.
So well, then prepared next week. They've got a big play as a hand comes out there. There's a left boot snap from O'Neill. Good spoil by Eddie on Wivel. He recovers the best under pressure from Spriggs. Gets a handball. They're going to penalise him for holding the ball. Good chase by Dustin Spriggs. He's going to be deep in the pocket. Yet to kick a goal today, Spriggs. More noted as a defender. So Spriggs. Right boot strikes the ball. Just to the narrow side. Through for behind. So next week we've got Nelson Bay taking on Warners Bay. Another big clash up here. Cardiff are at home to Killarney Vale.
Their first home game, or their second home game at Newcastle Sports Ground.
Yeah, and then of course the big clash between Terrigal Avoca and Newcastle City, which will be the game that we'll be covering on Bar TV at Hilton Moore Oval.
Cannot wait for that, Gary.
Barton goes high for the kick from Vasey. Can't take the mark. Applies the pressure, however. Throws the body around. Doesn't mind doing that. A quick kick comes in the direction there. But coming out to meet it was Mooney. Had no one in front of him. Dispossessed. Holding the ball. And going to be Hillier. Right boot.
He's been one of
Look at
Cardiff's
short.
best.
Goes in there to O'Neill. Good hands. In front of Yule. Too far out to score, I reckon O'Neill. O'Regan makes a lead to the centre. He's ignored.
He'll be kicking for right on the 50-metre line here, Gary.
Goes to the top of the square. High fly is required. Good punch from the back from Wheatley. Eddie gets a handball back to Stewart. Very good decision maker, Stewart. Back to O'Neill, who kicked it in there. He fumbles the ball, which is going to allow Yule to force the ball over the line for a boundary throw-in. 55 metres around from the Cardiff goal. But at the moment, it's all Nelson Bay, currently leading by 78 points, 5 minutes into the final quarter.
Mayo went into that contest with Bart, and I reckon Barton's got about 15 kilos and 4 inches on him.
All right, there's a kick comes in there to Eddie. Should be a free kick there, a bit unlucky, pushing the
Interference.
front, but it's going to be all right for Spriggs. He's going to make the most of it. Good work by Stewart, right on the line. Force the ball through for behind. So Stewart, once again, another solid performer down back. Doesn't seem to play too many bad games, Dylan Stewart.
Reimer's on his own out here.
Oh, he went for a high fly. It allows over the back there to Ryan Mudd. He gets it off to Duval. Certainly got better as the game goes on. Just has a tendency to make those little silly errors there as Jews kicks off the ground. Jews was excellent up till half time. Gallagher can't take it. Does the pressures, forcing it back. Notman goes to ground when need to stay on your feet, but he's going to get a free kick. Probably a bit lucky there. Need to keep his feet in that one.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Oh, over the head of Yule. That's going to work out all right as O'Regan gets it. Goes back to coach and a couple of experienced players there.
Oh, bad
High
luck.
fly. Just got the numbers back there. Morgan handballs it there. Half time score at number one Sports Ground. Newcastle 10-9-69, leading Killarney Vale 2-4-16. So it's certainly tuning up for their big clash with Terrigal Avoca next week. Killarney Vale will be looking to make a third trip to number one Sports Ground to take on Cardiff. Punch there from Mayer, goes out. Then as Chapman comes in, going to meet it was Yule. Good courage showing there. Morgan back to Price, who's back on the ground. Back to Yule again, Scott Yule. He kicks, dispossessed Millwood, handballs it back to Mayo. Handballs it then again to Millwood. A great tackle.
Good tackle. Do you think he had much prior there, Gary? I mean, he's given it to holding the
Zero.
football.
I think sometimes that they get it's team prior. They shouldn't pay team prior, but sometimes they do.
It looks like he's been.
Yeah,
there might have been some
50.
dissent.
Yeah. No, he just didn't. Yeah, didn't give him the. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Special comments from Paul Redmond. Thank you very much, Paul. So it's going to be Grignard. Hasn't kicked the goal yet. I've kicked out 11 individual goal kickers. He's not going to add to that. Just pulls it away. Certainly been another good inclusion as Grignard.
Yeah, with his build, he's very good down at ground level. You know, he's got a lot of the pill today, been prominent. In a Nelson Bay performance, it's been actually quite even across the board. They've had a lot of good players, a lot.
They have. They've all chipped in. You go through most of the players, you could just individualise some good things that they've done.
Yes.
And their pressure, I think their pressure more than anything else would have impressed Sean McGrath.
I think Sean McGrath will have a quiet drink tonight, be very pleased with today's efforts.
It's been a tough start, there's no doubt about, for the first year coach.
Yeah.
They're sitting, could quite easily probably jump to third position on the ladder after today with if the keeps going there as Hillier. Kicks it long there, coming out is Stewart. Good work in front of Burns. He's certainly been dominant down back, Dylan Stewart, yet again.
Smart player, isn't he?
Kicks it long there. Good kick, just precision to Eddie. Jeremy ignores his brother. So you earn your own ball. But then he eventually handballs it when he probably had less time. He's going to go to Duval, the skipper for Marlon. He'll certainly be happy with that as well. The best performance of the year, Duval. In long, Luke Bell. Took that a little bit too easy. Sees the ball, drops the mark, out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. 8.5 minutes gone, the final quarter. 78 points the margin, a dominant first half. 15 goals to 4 in the first half by Nelson Bay. Set him up for the win as Bellman goes to ground.
Needs to get that out.
Gets it out, he does. Price has got it, brushes the tackle right, boot into a dangerous area. Up they go, good 1-2 with Vasey. Also go there, good contest. Vasey gets there, great chase, great tackle by O'Brien. Could have been penalised with Vasey.
Could have.
But O'Neill's got it there in a dangerous area. Jew's putting pressure, gets a hurried handball out there. Vukovic, he's under pressure by Jew. He'll be out of bounds for a boundary throw. So their pressure, I think, has probably been the big part of their skill level, but they're just the pressure they've applied. And that's what happens when you put some quality back into the side. Their reserve grade side had a resounding win over Gosford as well. Their women's side had also had a good win over Cardiff in a very entertaining game, only probably marred by a couple of serious knee injuries. I think it was Charlotte Bull was one for Cardiff. He's over there, best player, and Lisa Steen, the runner-up in last year's best and fairest, hurt her knee as well. So we hope that they aren't too bad.
Exactly.
As Bell. Eddie goes to ground, overrunning that. Really wasn't his best ever. Eddie will go for goal. That could have been Dus Hund House, but he missed, so it's not. Back to Pizza Hut.
Speaking of knee injuries, terrible news for Terrigal Avoca during the week with Brendan Harper, Gary.
Yeah, Brendan Harper, we saw him carried off. We don't cart people off in the Black Diamond. Carried off with a knee injury on a stretcher. That diagnosis was that it was a torn anterior cruciate ligament. Will be undergoing a knee reconstruction and miss the remainder of the season. So we wish him all the best in his recovery, as we do with a couple of girls who got injured today. So boundary throwing. Cooper Williams throws the ball back in. Mayo in the ruck against Yule. Over the back it goes. Tackle there might have been a little bit too high. Play on's the call. They're out now, however, with Burton. Kicked the goal in the third quarter, but that one just falls a little short and taken by Davies. So Davies now out to O'Brien. Handballs across a bit of a falcon there. But that is Gallagher. Handballs over the top to Norton. In that time is Davies, and Davies kicks finds. There is Murphy. So Josh Murphy missed a couple of goals early, yet to get on the scoreboard. Good strike. That's a better strike off the Burns. Not going to make the distance. I don't think a big pack in the pack there. I thought Burns had taken the mark there, Dave, but just slipped through his fingers at the last minute and threw for a behind.
Just starting to rain again lightly, Gary.
Yeah, Stewart plays on quickly there now. Finds Duval, takes the mark in front of Norton.
He's improved as the day's gone on.
Yeah.
His hands were ordinary early, but he's come right back.
Yep.
Played well.
He goes in short there looking for Burton. It's punched from behind there from Risby. Reimer, they've been pretty serviceable today, Reimer. Into Gallagher. On the right boot he goes. It's going to be a foot race, but the boundary line's going to win it. Out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. 12 minutes gone, final quarter.
Sting's gone out of the game a little bit now. With we're just about halfway through the final quarter, but still, Nelson Bay looking at a terrific and valuable 4 points for them to kickstart their season.
I think it just goes to show. I really think, as Lennon takes a mark between wing and a half, there's not a lot of difference between those sides. At the moment, Newcastle City are certainly head and shoulders above everybody else. Terrigal, you would think, would be next best as Hillier runs in. It'd be appropriate if he finishes the game off with a goal.
Post up.
Unfortunately, he hit the post. But I think you look at Terrigal probably aren't as dominant as they've been in the past. Warners Bay beat them last week. Admittedly, they had a lesser side, but they put in a good performance today against them. And I reckon you look at it at Cardiff, Nelson Bay, also Warners Bay. They're probably not much between them. Killarney Vale a little bit off the money, although they had a couple of close games with them, but it's the young rebuilding side.
Yes. Yeah, I think there's a couple of different levels, and there's 3 teams for mine that are vying for that third place at the end of the season. And 2 of them are here in front of us right now.
Right. Reimer to Grinya. Bell's going to be his target. He's going to handle it off to Barton. Barton can't take control of that. Sticks the foot out there and gets Spriggs. Also leg there was Burton. Through the legs it goes of Risby. Ball's a bit slippery at the moment as the rain is falling.
Good tap.
Good tap by Burton. Bellman gets it out there. Vasey on the left boot. He's going to handball. Should have put it on the boot there. Vukovic goes through his hands. Bellman, not the highest skill level we've had today, but Vasey maybe make it look pretty good in the end, though.
It's a cracker.
After a lot of fumbling going on, ends up in the hands of Nathan Vasey, and he becomes goal kicker number 12 for Nelson Bay, getting his first goal of the day.
BLK is the major sponsor of the Black Diamond AFL, as well as being the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and the Brisbane Lions. BLK, Beyond Limits Known, and the Giants and Hawthorn about to start in a few minutes at Spotless Stadium, Gary, and a massive afternoon for the Giants.
Certainly is. You're a big Giants man.
Yes, got the orange hat and the jacket here today, so very looking forward to a great game when I get home this evening.
I see it's still hidden though, mate. You haven't brought it out yet.
No, Gary can make any comments he like about me. He knows that I can handle it.
As Barton, in the ruck we go. We've got probably about 10 minutes of football left in this one. As David Wood, Max Hillier, been tried all day. It's a bit of a party trick through the legs. Enables Chapman to get the handball out to Metcalf. On the right boot he goes and finds there is Murphy. Left boot in there for Chapman. Can't take the mark under pressure from Duval, but his handball's errant and finds Metcalf. Handball's back in board. Spriggs, Chapman, snap at goal. Burns is down there. Also there is Wival, and he's blown the whistle. Free kick to Aaron Wival.
Wival's got the kick, has he?
Yes. He's going to have a shot on goal and looking for goal number 5 for the sharpshooter from Cardiff. Big cheer. Cheer from the Cardiff cheer squad. Probably because President Quinton Davis down there on the phone. Just give an update. I think he went to run around, played on. And Aaron Wival kicks goal number 5. No fanfare, as is normally the case when you're around 70 points behind.
The Belmont 16-footer Sailing Club is located on picturesque Lake Macquarie. Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook. The home of the Black Diamond AFL is the Belmont 16-footers. Great spot there on Lake Macquarie, beautiful part of the world.
Great spot. Venue, of course, for 2 events. We've got the Information Night on the 9th of May we've spoken a little about today, but also the Elliot Davey Medal Presentation Night. Gala off-field event held in August.
Webster going for an almost unprecedented 4 in a row, I believe James Webster would be.
Yep, that'd be true. So, Brian. Barton wins a tap there. Geez, been dominant in the ruck there.
Wow.
Well done there by Louis Jews. Going there, good use of the body there by Davies, also by Bellman. Back to Jeremy Eddy, dispossessed the ball there. He's looking for goal number 5. Play-on's going to be the call there. Jeremy Eddy, is this goal number 5? It is goal number 5 to Jeremy Eddy, taking advantage of the advantage call from the free kick, and a quick response from the Marlins to Wival's goal. And the margin's back out now to 83 points.
GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also proud sponsor of the BDAFL women's competition.
Yes, very proud sponsor of the women's competition.
Very.
Fantastic competition that is. It just gets better, not each year, it gets better each week. Big game today with Newcastle City.
I'm watching the women's competition, the games. Gee, there's some good athletes, some good hard play. They don't muck around with their tackling. Gee, some of them can nail their opponents. It's really enjoyable to watch. I encourage people to get along and watch all the women's games. They're great.
Big games, big weekend, 2nd of July for the women's round. All 5 games at number 1 Sports Ground. All 5 games showing live on Bar TV. As David Wood gets the ball from the centre, a bit of high up and under. How's he going to land? Millwood runs in. He's quick. Either Millwood, he's going to be in front of Duval. Duval should have it. Use his body. He does.
Good
he lays
tackle.
a tackle.
Gone.
Well done, Tim Duval. Just hasn't been Cardiff's day today.
No.
Everything Nelson Bay's turned to goal, but they've brought that on themselves, though. Real committed effort as Bellman and Bow. Both share the ball there as Wood. Handball it back to Eddie. On the right boot he goes. Reimer sitting underneath this. Pressure from Gallagher. But Reimer's going to take the mark. He's kicked 3 as Reimer. He's going to go back and kick goal number 4. Very, very good performance by Reimer. Sometimes I think we may judge him a little bit too harsh, Dave, because we know what he can do. But certainly pivotal to the Marlins.
I think he might have missed that one.
Just missed that to the narrow side.
He's a smooth mover, isn't he? He's got quality in him. He knows how to use his body. He just knows where to be. It's terrific awareness.
Bit more alert in the football field. He is on his phone, Dave, though. During the week, I believe you had a spot of bother trying to do an interview with him for a story for for the Black Diamond AFL website and footy record. You had a little trouble, mate?
Oh, yes, Gary. Just
No, don't be honest. Yes, you had trouble.
Look, I made every effort and ended up doing really good interview with Jay Lewis, and I will make an effort to catch up with Jaden, and really interested in talking to him. He's got an interesting story as well.
Might have to hog time after the game. There it goes there now is Hugh O'Neill. Just a little flick of the ball there. Got Hugh O'Neill in the.
While we're on the subject of it, he's had a terrific chat with Cardiff President Quinton Davis during the week. Cardiff's really going ahead on leaps and bounds, and hopefully that article comes out this week. Gary, terrific bloke to talk to, and I thank him for his time. Yeah,
look, Quinton Davis doing a fantastic job, first year president for Cardiff, and they've certainly a change club. There's no doubt about that, and he's implementing further change. Sometimes not everyone agrees with change, but he's pushing along. Got a really good committee there helping him, and look, the women's side this year been a great acquisition. They've got their ground coming up in 2018. So, look, good things happening for Cardiff. Got a good bunch of kids that are performing pretty well on field as well. So we wish him all the best in his endeavours. So it goes in the forehand. Over the head it goes. Vasey picks it up. Back to Burton. He's got one. He lines it up. Is it coming back? It is coming back. Goal number 2 to Doug Burton. Goal number 23 for Nelson Bay.
Wilson Security is that was Burton, wasn't it, Gary?
It was Burton there, yeah. Got that. He's hasn't done a lot today. Kicked 2 goals, but he looks a nice mover. He looks pretty skilled, I reckon. He's only I think it's his first game. I think he's on debut. He was due to play last week, but didn't know he was selected, so he didn't turn up. Good thing he turned up today, and so he's pretty important. I reckon there's a spot for him in this side for sure.
Looks like he's got a bit of ability, certainly, and. No, look, Nelson Bay getting out towards almost a 100-point victory. That's a real summation of their day today. They've been terrific in every endeavour, in marking, contesting. They've got absolute quality service from Barton, who's been absolutely superb, Gary.
Well, their biggest winning margin for a long while. I reckon they wouldn't have been out of that. They grind out a lot of their wins. And just a real confidence boost for the side, a real confidence boost for their coach, Sean McGrath. And Burton wins a ruck, goes himself, runs through, over the head. How's it going to go? Going back there is Gallagher. Vasey holds his ground. Vasey kicks a goal. But Billy Barton, take the accolade. You've been a star today.
He most certainly has. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson. Gary, I park at one of the Wilson parks in the city when we go in there. It's a good place to go to. It's cheap parking, good service, professional. They're a good operator, a very large company, and they do a great job across the country.
As we have a look there at this goal, if Isaac can get his mouse working. There we go. Look at this. A good work by Barton in the ruck there. He gets down, chases his own balls. He does very well. I love his second efforts. Over the back it goes. They can't quite that. Gallagher. Vasey breaks a tackle, kicks a goal. But that's Barton. That's what you call a centre clearance there, Dave.
He's from the ruckman. Did it all himself.
That was Barton there again. That's a high tackle. Free kick goes to Chapman. Look to go out wide. Spriggs. He's going to hit the ground though. Good one-on-one contest. Eddie bears down on Spriggs. Good work by Dustin Spriggs. Good the contest. Hillier then looks to go in board. Well done. Just clears the head of O'Brien though. They're going to allow Barton to come through again. Brushes 1, brushes 2. Dispossesses Spriggs. He's tackled. Hillier's going to go and pick it up. Back to Lennon. On the right boot, Lennon goes over the head. That time of Murphy. Wivel comes out. He's kicked 5. Handballs it off to Millwood. He shows a toe of speed. On the right boot, he goes to the top of the square.
Downfield, is it? I heard a whistle blow straight after the kick.
Must have been down. It might have been high contact. It didn't go to ground. Anyway, free kick in the goal square is going to go to Tom Burns. So Burns, kick 1. Been pretty quiet after an impressive game last week. Now he's kicked goal number 2 to Cardiff. But it's all academic at the moment.
In 2016, Prime 7 has every big game live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7, mate, including Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoons. Black Diamond AFL on Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Very good. So once again this quarter, they've been 5 goals to 2 Nelson Bay. Margin 90 points. So they've been pretty consistent. Though. Obviously, their second quarter, they kicked 9 goals in that second quarter. 6 in the first, 9 in the second, only 5 in the third, and they kicked 5 here in the last. How'd I go, Dave? Oh, Paul, sorry?
Pretty close. Four in the third. I knew it was close. Yeah.
Just doing it in my head there as I was going along. Eddie, there's Grinya. Gee, they've been very good in the midfield today. They just work it back out. Ryan Mudd goes back there to Nick Koshin, the skipper of Cardiff. Be disappointed with the performance of his team today, but he knows next week's is another day. You have bad performances during the year. Lennon back to Chapman. Kicks it in there. Coming out there, though, is Wheatley, and Sean Wheatley takes the mark. Goes along there. Chrissy sits up a bit. Chapman should have the sit there. Can't take the marks. Goes the back again is Lennon. Can't take the ball. Free kick. Didn't have the ball. And it's going to be Lennon. Jack Lennon. Late inclusion aside to replace Liam Gibson. Certainly missed Gibson's experience and ball-winning ability. Yeah, they've got a youngish side out there, so they certainly need the experience. Also missing Adam Clark, who suffered a broken thumb in round one.
That's never good as a footballer. Broken thumbs are not good.
Broke his thumb in round one, played round 2 with it. It falls in there now to Millwood. Right boot, here he goes. Well done, Ethan Millwood. Great finish there. And is that back-to-back goals for Cardiff? No, I just thought I was making that up as I was going along. Must have been asleep. Was back goals. So it wasn't asleep, Dave. Hey?
No, Gary.
Where was the affirmation from yourself to say, no, Gary, you were right, you weren't asleep?
I was on the computer doing things, but I know I've got to back the main man, so apologies.
Speaking of the computer, you're much more snavvy on it now than what you were in the first round. I know you've gone back to the laptop. We're just talking rubbish here at the moment. But
yes, not very fond of tablets, but certainly of computers, and I'm becoming more comfortable with it. I knew I had to lift my game. I think I might have been out the door, Gary, 2 weeks into my commentary.
You're doing very well there. Go there, got him for a throw. Koshin's going to get it. Cool play on, taking the advantage. Wants the handball inboard to Millwood, but it just handballs up to no one. Yule's going to come and move. That's Harry Yule. Koshin butters up again, gets it back to Murphy. Brushes one tackle. An awkward-looking bounce. He got it back, but now he's fumbled again. Holding the ball. I thought he had to be held to be holding the ball.
I thought you actually had to have control of the pill.
I think he might have got him because he bounced it and then was tackled. But I thought it was a bit of a quick call. But
one-hand handball.
Koshin out there now to Hillier on there and finds there O'Regan in a rare foray for him inside 50. He'll go back and have a shot at goal, the defender. One of their best today.
Along with Hillier. Hillier's a smooth mover again. A very skillful player, Gary. Most impressive.
Yeah, certainly has.
Das Hundhaus from last week, Mr. Hillier.
He was. As O'Regan lines it up. Not going to make the distance. The high fly is required. Front there is Reimer. So through for a behind. Nearly full time here.
Over to Joel Eriksson, just inside the 50-metre line with the sting going right out of the game. He's going to go long down this commentary flank. Up they fly. Down onto the wing to Jack Lennon. Unfortunately, reported earlier today, Chad Mayo's on the football. They'll make a big contest here. Held in. Out of it comes Nelson Bay. Lennon on the football again. Good shepherd by Mayo. Another in-tight contest. Umpire calls play on. Looks like one of the Eddies at the back there. I think that might be Ben Eddy. Yes, it is. Reimer, again, quality clearance there from Jaden Reimer. Short pass down to Jeremy Eddy, who's had a day out today for Nelson Bay. Been one of their stars. Looks to go into the 50-metre line. Off hands there. Bellman's got the footy. That looks like an outstanding kick to one of the Jews brothers. It is. It's Matt Jews. He's going to come back. Metcalf's there to cut that off. Bell's with him. And it's cleared away. It's now outside the 50-metre line heading towards the boundary pocket. And out of bounds it goes with 28 and a half, almost 29 minutes gone in the last quarter. Nelson Bay 24-10. And the game finishes with Nelson Bay 24 goals 10, 154 to Cardiff 10-11-71. Gary, terrific performance by the Marlins.
Certainly was a really dominant performance. 83 points, set up with a brilliant second quarter. And I just get you to go through the goal kickers, Dave.
Certainly, Gary. Our goal kickers for Nelson Bay: Jeremy Eddy 5, Luke Price and Jaden Reimer 3, Nathan Vasey 2. Doubles also to Matt Dews, Scott Yule and Doug Burton. Singles to James Bellman, Billy Barton, Dan Morgan, Joel Erickson and Tim Duval. For Cardiff, Aaron Wivel a lone hand up front with 5 goals, Tom Burns 2, and singles to Josh Murphy, Nick Chapman and Ethan Millwood.
Yeah, look, a really good performance from Nelson Bay. Dominant right from the beginning. Virtually right from the beginning, there's no doubt about that, and run out convincing 83-point winners. Some of the better players, Dave, I reckon, for Cardiff, Max Hilliard I thought was their best, without a shadow of a doubt. I also thought John O'Regan was good. Aaron Wivel kicked 5 goals, there's no doubt, certainly from limited opportunities. I thought Matt Davies was reasonable, but they were pretty hard to find.
Yeah.
There's no doubt Chapman tried hard for Cardiff. Nelson Bay, a lot easier to find. It's probably harder for Nelson Bay to determine who wasn't good for them, but I think Billy Barton was a standout.
Superb, terrific game. Jeremy Eddy on the ball and kicking 5 on the ball. That's what you want from your midfielders. Jaden Reimer in good form. Luke Price, very good first game for the season, Gary. There's just winners all over the ground. The Dews brothers were prominent. Duval had a slow start, but really came on strong in the last 3 quarters and was one of their better players. Bellman, again, very impressive. Big, solid body, does a very good job.
I think you also mentioned, we go through all, but I thought Adam Grinier and Nathan Vasey earlier on, when the game had to be won, their grunt in the middle there really got the advantage in Nelson Bay. So, got a couple of awards to give out. Mate, I'll get you to give the Subway Player of the Match.
I think, no question, Billy Barton. Superb performance.
Yeah, best performance. And the Dust Hound House, going to be a little bit left field here.
Yep.
Going to go right back to the first quarter.
Yes.
2 goals apiece in the forward pocket, Nelson Bay end. Cardiff get the ball. Edgar Gully got the ball. Has a bounce. Chased down by Jaden Reimer. Lays a tackle. Penalty. Kicks the goal. Nelson Bay then go on and kick 8 of the next 9 goals. So just a good chase, never gave up on it, and that's what the Player of the Day is all about. So the Dust Hound House Player of the Day to Jaden Reimer. The Subway Morissette Player of the Match certainly to Billy Barton. So just quickly, we'll just try and wrap up some of the final scores as we go along there. They've got an updated score at number 1 Sports Ground. Newcastle City in the third quarter, 11-12-78, leading Killarney Vale 4-4-28. If we go to the Terrigal Avoca Warners Bay game, the final score there.
It looks. Let's
just make sure it's the final
Yes.
final score. We don't want to. Okay, yeah, and that's the final score there.
So Terrigal Avoca 16-17, 1-1-3 have been victorious over Warners Bay 8-7-55.
So they're able to avenge last week's shock loss. As we just go there, the only other final score we're waiting on is the Maitland versus Wyong Lakes, and the game would certainly be over there.
Okay, just waiting for the scores to come up. Just see if that's the end of the fourth, Gary. It is. So Maitland,
after trailing at three-quarter time,
they've kicked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 consecutive goals in the fourth quarter and have come away victors 92 by 30 points, 92-62. Not quite sure of the goals and behind break-up, but 30 points to Maitland at the end of the fourth quarter.
Yep, so just quickly recapping the winners' day, we got Nelson Bay, the Black Diamond Cup, Nelson Bay, Cardiff, Terrigal Avoca over Warners Bay. Winners in First Division, Terrigal Avoca, Newcastle City, Gosford, Singleton and Maitland. In Second Division, Dave?
Okay, in Second Division, winners to the entrance, Batto Bay, Nelson Bay, Muswellbrook, Singleton and Maitland. And then the women's competition, a tight win to Newcastle City, Warners Bay over Lake Macquarie, Maitland defeated by Wyong Lakes, and Nelson Bay most impressive here by winning by 53 over Cardiff.
Yeah, look, so a very good day of football again in the BLK Black Diamond AFL. Here today was Nelson Bay, Dick Burwell Oval, 24-10, 154, defeated Cardiff 10-11-71. Next week, we're at Hilton Moore Oval for the big clash between Terrigal Avoca and Newcastle City. So, hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Hope you've enjoyed Bar TV. Certainly great pictures. A good contest. Nelson Bay way too long. Dave, thanks very much for your for your support today. Great calling as well, the first go at that. So you'll be hearing more and more of Dave as we go along. But
Thank you, Gary.
I'm Gary Burkittshaw on behalf of the Black Diamond AFL and Wilson Security and also Bar TV, the best in the business. We wish you good night from Dick Burwell Oval.